Hey, what it do?
Hey!
What's up? Good Tuesday. What's going on? Everybody doing?
It's weird that Tuesday is throwing me off.
Yeah, it's not Monday.
Feels like a Monday.
It feels like it's one of those weird weather days, you know, where it's like sunny and then hailing and then
Can't really make up its mind.
cold
Yeah.
and then sunny.
Yeah. Sometimes I like to sit like at lunch and I'll just like roll down my window. You get that nice cool breeze, and then it started hailing on me. So I don't mind if I get a little sprinkle, a little rain in there.
Yeah, we had some hail today.
But the hail started coming in, and that was I was like, well, this is
Was
this
that
is interesting.
sleet?
No, there was little hail. Now it wasn't hard hail, but it because some of it kind of hit and little snowbally, but there were others that it was like, what's the little well there? Your windshield wiper well. I had a little buildup there in the old.
There was some substance to it.
Yeah, there was some substance.
But what is the difference between sleet and hail? Because I do feel like hail is harder than what came down today.
I think. Well,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, that's a good question. Now you've thrown me for a loop of. Is sleet more of just is that like a wintry mix? I feel like sleet is soft and hail is hard.
Yeah, it says.
Am I wrong?
Sleet is formed in a warm air sandwich, as we all know,
Like a good warm air sandwich.
where snow falls through a warm layer, melts, and refreezes in a cold layer near the ground. Hail forms in intense thunderstorms that carry water droplets high into freezing altitudes,
So did we get hail or did we get sleet?
where they layer with ice. I mean, it says sleet is a winter occurrence. Hail is primarily associated with spring and summer thunderstorms. Yeah, I think we got some sleet today.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with sleet.
I will say they were little. The
Yeah,
little
yeah.
little
Hail
balls.
is hard.
I don't know that some of this stuff did stay in contact. Some of it hit the windshield and kind of did the
It made some
kerplat.
noise.
Yeah, but
on
there
the windshield.
Yeah, there was legit little what I thought was little balls of hail.
Yeah, I think you got little balls of sleet. That's what I'm
okay.
gonna go with.
I didn't know we had balls of sleet. I thought sleet was more of a. I don't know why I think of sleet as. I don't know how to describe sleet. I think of sleet like a comet with a tail, whereas hail is more like an asteroid, which probably in no way is at all accurate. But in my mind, that's what I think of.
Now here's a little something for you. I'll throw a little wrench into this convo.
Give me a little something.
What is freezing rain?
Well, rain. I always thought rain is just it's rain, and then when it hits the ground, it freezes.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, because it is.
It hits as
Water.
rain, and then the moment it hits, it's like, nope, too cold, and then freezy. And that's why you get the sheets of ice. Or you get like your car covered in like a block of ice. It hits as rain and then instantly freezes.
So sleet is ice pellets, frozen raindrops that bounce when they hit the ground.
Okay.
Freezing rain, liquid rain that freezes instantly on contact with freezing surfaces. And hail, large solid ice balls formed in thunderstorms, not to be confused with winter frozen rain. Yeah, we got sleet today. We got sleet, guys.
What we've learned today is that I think most of us really don't have any idea of what we're talking about when it comes to weather. We just have general, I have general takes.
Well, this is AI.
That's AI. I'm just, in general, if you were to ask me to describe any of the events that happened, I couldn't give you a real answer other than I think this. That's just an ignorant opinion. I'm like, I think this is what that is.
I know what I saw today, and it was hail. I don't care
No,
what
it
AI
wasn't.
It was.
No, it wasn't.
Yes.
It was hard little rocks that hit my window.
You're
made
from the
noises.
Northwest. I think that matters because you don't get real hail much here.
Yeah.
I grew up in an area where there was real hail. Let me
get,
tell you
like,
something.
yeah, you get
that was not hail.
It'll destroy stuff.
Yes,
Yeah.
it can.
Yeah.
And I think that was just a little
So I'm Northwest soft.
or just northwest ignorant. You don't know. I mean, that doesn't mean you're stupid. It's just you don't know.
I'm going with ignorance on this because, again, gun to my head, I would bet $0 on any of me being able to accurately describe any sort of weather occurrence. Couldn't tell you. Has the tornado form? I don't know. What are the categories of it? Not certain. I think it's an F something. Sleet versus hail? Don't know. Give you a general idea. I can give you an educated, and by educated I mean ignorant guess, but I'm not confident in any way about any sort of weather occurrence. Not a single one. I just look out the window and I'm like, looks like it's going to be bad. Roll up the windows. That's the extent of my weather knowledge.
Well, there is hot meteorological talk
Yeah.
on a Tuesday.
Much like everything else.
Thank you.
The male ego, I think every dude instantly is like, oh, I know. Every guy assumes he knows everything about everything.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't know crap.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
No idea.
Coming from you, that's it's quite a turnaround.
Well, it's just, it's one of those things that a better trait, would the world would be a better place if we all just occasionally went, I don't know. God,
I don't think it's occasionally. I think it's all the time. Just, you can question.
Yeah.
Question.
Yeah.
But
then if you question, and you find like an answer to something, a definitive answer, then that's the answer. You don't have to do your own research. People have done the research.
So you don't buy my AI overview of sleet,
No.
rain, and
See that
Okay.
is now,
because that's what that was.
that's what that was.
That was AI.
But meanwhile, Steven's over there like, I know what I saw.
Yeah,
I do
exactly.
my own research.
Yeah, it's true. It's a good point. It's like,
We
why
don't-
don't you believe what I just read to you from internet?
I don't know. The male ego is
That's really something.
It's the most fascinating thing in the world.
Well, why is the internet right?
I'm doing my own, like I said, smart people, science, whatever. The people that, and then if you get into a discussion with someone and you're like, no, trust me on this one, I know what I'm talking about. And then you bring up something like your little synopsis there, you're like, no, here. And they'll look at you and they'll be like,
Even you're doing it. You're kind of dumping on my
Yeah.
my cute little synopsis. Oh,
Yeah.
it's cute little AI,
Your little
but
chat GBT there.
little cute little.
they'll be like, well,
thought.
I've never read that. I don't know that to be true. And then you bring something up and they're like, where is that from? Like, I don't know, the New England Journal of Medicine. I don't know, ABC News.
What's your
You're
source,
like,
bro?
You're like, man, I don't know. I'm not certain on that one. I'll have to look into it more. And no, you're not going to look into it more. You're just going to double down on your ignorant opinion and be like, nope, I'm right.
Yeah, maybe that's how we get along in life. Makes us feel better, feel like we're in control. Of
It's
things.
possible.
We know things.
Yeah.
The reality is we know nothing.
No, we have a supercomputer that has the answer to most of the universe's questions, and I feel like we're dumber than ever.
Yeah. Well,
But
here we are. Now what do we do?
I don't know.
Talk about sports and pretend like we know everything about sports? That's what people tune in for.
Let me give you my hot takes. Let me give you my
me tell you something.
my hot all-star takes in Olympics. Let me tell you about the biathlon in twirling, my
Along
twizzles.
those lines, I could easily come into the show today with super hot all-star takes.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's a lot of guys around the country that did shows yesterday. We weren't here yesterday,
No.
by the way. For those of you that don't know,
Celebrating presidents.
we were celebrating our favorite presidents, not all of the presidents.
That is
And
true.
that's different for everyone.
Yeah, I was celebrating Garfield, maybe Van Buren, like a Ulysses S. Grant every now and then. How about that? Plus, I just
So-
like the name Ulysses.
So I could come on here and be like, oh, All-Star Weekend was X, Y, and Z,
Bah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because that's what people expect from sports radio.
Mhm.
Here's what I'm going to tell you.
give it to me.
I didn't watch a lick of it. And I have no opinion on any of it
Well, we watched a little.
because I didn't watch it.
We watched a little of the celebrity stuff on Friday, right, on the TV.
I didn't. I mean, I saw it.
I was
but
watching.
I didn't watch
I
it.
saw Matt Ishbia taking it way too seriously. I did not realize that the All-Star Saturday night was Saturday mid-afternoon. That went through me for a loop. I did get to see the finals of Dame because I saw it on Twitter. People were like, oh, Dame in the finals. I was like, it started? So I did get to watch that. And then I tuned into, I'm going to say about 5 to 8 minutes of real NBA All-Star game. Problem is the game that I tuned into was the game that wasn't competitive.
But this is what I'm trying to explain is this is what, like, sports radio guy
Yeah.
comes on and yells about something and is so sure about something.
Yeah.
It's a 50-50 proposition whether you even watched it.
Well, I always like this one too. I didn't see it, but I went back and watched it. No, you didn't.
He's just making it up
No, you didn't. You didn't go back
because he
and watch it.
thinks that's what you want to hear.
You did not go back and watch the All-Star
So are
game.
you going to have super hot takes like you know everything about All-Star Weekend even though you saw, what'd you say, 5 to 8 minutes?
I'd say 5 to 8 minutes.
That should be enough to
I would
form
think-
a hot opinion that
I would think so.
gets people to tune in and
Yeah. Watch.
talk.
Yeah, watch
Maybe
me.
start a Reddit thread.
Watch me give you this blistering take of the game that I watched that was the one blowout. And everyone was like, oh, man, it was so competitive. Not the game I watched. Therefore, I can conclude, beyond a shadow of doubt, the All-Star game was dumb and was not competitive. Buzzer beaters be damned.
Well, I did see some talking heads say that they didn't think it was awful.
Yeah. Well, the numbers seem to be pretty good.
Are they?
Yeah. Like the TV viewership was up.
Like to what?
I was like 8 something.
8
8.5
million?
Yeah. It was
That's
up.
pretty good.
Yeah, there was like four. It was 4 and change, and now it went to 8 and change. Some of that was because it went to like broadcast TV. It was on NBC, which I'm sure being off TNT, and then that has to help. I did see I was visiting my mom, and I saw John Tesh do Round Ball Rock live. That was kind of fun.
That popped up on my timeline.
Yeah.
He looks. I'm gonna say I haven't seen John Tesh in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I think that he is a mix of looking terrible and great at the same time.
The long kind of flowing hair.
No, generally he looks terrible, but he also looks great.
Interesting.
Considering he's, I don't know, he's probably in his 80s.
73.
Oh, he's only 73?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. There was something weird about him, and he has clearly never dribbled a basketball in his life. But outside of that, that's a jam.
Yeah. And they brought the whole band out.
Yeah,
and
and he had basketball,
and
dunk it!
And he was doing he was orchestrating. He had like the big arm movements going.
He's great.
It's kind of fun.
I love John Tesh.
Yeah. That's when I realized it was on.
I mean, I don't really. I don't know why. See, there's another one. Why did I say that? I don't love
You
John
don't love
Tesh.
John
I don't
Tesh.
know anything about John Tesh.
I went over to my mom's.
Other than that stupid hotline show he used to host. Do you remember that?
I
There was
don't.
He used to host a radio show where people would call in and he would give them words of encouragement.
Really?
Yeah.
You
It was
know
pretty
what?
good.
I do think I somewhat
Like
remember.
late night.
Is
He'd
it-
be on late night.
Was that like NPR?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, Intelligence for Your Life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was.
It was 5 hours a day.
Yeah, he'd just.
Adult contemporary music mixed with lifestyle advice, health tips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a nice guy to people that would call in.
How many people found out that the All-Star game was
Imagine
going?
that, being nice to callers.
Well, you'd have to have callers in order to be nice to them.
It's really something.
Dr. Laura's been the exact opposite. She just calls
Yeah.
everyone bitches and yells at them.
Right.
But I
Made
was-
a living off of
But I
it.
was going to say, how many people found out the All-Star game was going on because you were watching the Olympics and then it switched over to the NBA All-Star game?
Yeah, probably a lot.
Because that's what happened to
Not me, but.
me. Again, visiting Ma. The olds love the Olympics. She was sitting around getting ready for, monobob or whatever. And next thing you know, it was like, dun 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 dun. And she was like, what is this? And I was like, it's the All-Star game. And then I had to listen to my mom say that she didn't know any of the NBA All-Stars, so she felt out of touch.
She didn't know Denny Avdia? You haven't told her about?
No. But then they got to the ones that weren't playing, like Steph Curry, and then she was happy. And then, she knew LeBron. She knew LeBron and Steph Curry, and it was adorable watching little Boole be like, oh, I know him. But I think she watched the All-Star game just because it was on, and then the Olympics were on after. So I think you got a big bump. I know my mother sat and watched most of that All-Star game simply because I'm not certain she knows how to work the clicker and afraid that if she left NBC, she would miss the Olympics. So I think she just napped through most of the All-Star game and then came back around
That's
to
a
the
good call.
Olympics.
I think if you would want to piggyback off of any program, it would be the Super Bowl. But after that, it might be the Olympics.
Yeah.
Like, they're very popular.
Well, how about you? But I find myself more and more at our house. That's what we do at night. Last night we watched.
Not me. Look at John Tesh.
Yeah, well, I saw him.
He looks good,
Yeah.
but he also doesn't. You know what I mean?
I feel
You see
like-
what I'm saying there?
I feel like John Tesh, if I ran into him at Trader Joe's, he would be yelling about something. He feels like he would be an irrational old man that would be yelling at me over, I don't know, some sort of Trader Joe's parking lot mishap or maybe mislabeled street corn. I feel like he would make me nervous because he's a large man.
Yeah, he's tall. isn't he?
Yeah. I feel like he would be causing a scene at your local Whole Foods.
Apparently, he had prostate cancer.
Now he's doing great.
10-year battle with prostate cancer.
Okay.
So he's an inspiring fella.
Hey, round ball rack, man. That was my favorite part of the whole thing, was the live version of it. And then no one was there in the stands.
Yeah, he's 6'6".
There was 4 people there.
Yeah, well, it's the All-Star game.
Well.
No one cares.
Well, I thought someone would have cared.
You know what I mean?
$1,000 to get into that thing and no one showed up.
Well, that would probably be one reason why, don't you think?
Yeah. Well, I guess they gave him
$1,000.
Yeah, people were saying
What?
because they had him in
It's
different.
over!
It wasn't all at the Clippers' new building. They kind of bounced it around, and I think the game might have been. I think the game actually that was attendance, but the celebrity one and then the Saturday night stuff, dude, no one was there. Have you seen some of the crowd shots?
Again, no.
Dude, it is brutal. They did the little flashing lights to try to kind of disguise it. They dimmed the lights, and then like each seat had like a strobe light on it. But every now and then, like someone would get an actual photo. I'm not kidding. It was like half full, and people were saying that seats to get in were going for like $1,000 in the upper bowls. No one was buying them, and then they handed them to a bunch of corporate people, and I guess they didn't show up. It was like across town LA traffic, and people were like, "Nah,
Yeah, well,
I'm not going to that."
I think that says everything you need to know about that product.
Yeah.
Does it not?
Well, it just goes to in general. I mean, this goes to the Super Bowl and everything else. You're just pricing out real people, and you're getting corporate people that don't care, and if you make it slightly inconvenient for them, they just don't show up.
They're saying Tesh still has a show. God, that guy's an animal.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, it reaches 34 million people weekly.
I'm going to start a late night
No, you're not.
call-in show
You're not.
where I just talk people. I just talk to people
Can you talk
politely and
Do you use
yes,
your quiet voice?
use my quiet voice and uplift them, and that's all it takes. That's all
Light
people
Rock,
really want.
99.3.
You know.
That's where it started.
All right, guys, we should get to going here.
Probably.
Stephen Vaughn over there. How was your weekend?
It was really good. A lot of kids basketball.
Yeah.
My oldest, we got to the championship. He was sick, but you know what? We made him play. Made him go Jordan flu game.
Nice.
And he did it. So.
Being sixth of choice.
How did he do?
He actually was horrible the first half and most of the second half, but then last 5 minutes he came in, got an and one, and helped him win the game.
Yeah, life lesson.
We're getting a glimpse behind the scene at the Vaughn household. You son
Hey,
of a-
he knew he knew he wasn't great.
You're playing, and you stunk.
He's
Run
no
lines.
Darren Peterson.
He's not. No,
Well,
he's a big guy.
Yeah, he wouldn't have played.
Got to protect the asset.
Maybe we should have benched him. That's the thing. That's the new thing to do is just bench him no matter what. He's too sick. He can't play.
Yeah, you should have benched him.
That's
You're
what the best players are doing
protecting him. Yeah. For next level.
for sixth grade.
He's about to make a lot of money in sixth grade.
That's right.
Those hot NIL sixth grader
Was
deals.
this weekend Valentine's weekend? It was,
It
wasn't it?
was.
Yeah, seems like a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Did you fall in love again?
I'm still waiting. Fingers crossed.
Hmm.
Don't tell that to the BTJ. Probably going to get hit with a frying pan over that one.
All right, well, we're going to start with, believe it or not, we're starting with All-Star Weekend.
Sports.
Because something awesome happened here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not here, but in L.A.
Yeah.
And apparently no one saw it. Except I caught it on the internet.
I didn't realize it was on.
Damian Lillard won the three-point
Yeah.
contest. We'll start there next on The Fan.
It's actually pretty neat.
Well, you may have forgotten, but it's true that Damian Lillard is once again a Portland Trailblazer.
Yes.
Now, he hasn't been playing. You probably haven't been watching.
Well, he will not play this year. So.
But he ripped his Achilles off.
Mm-hmm.
Completely fell off his body.
I don't think that's the way that works, but
It's crazy.
yeah.
That was April 27th, 2025.
Yeah, when he was
Okay.
a Milwaukee Buck.
So here we are, February, well, that was what, 15th, 16th, 15th, 14, February 14, Valentine's Day, 2026, and Homeboy's out there chucking threes.
Yeah.
And he won the three-point contest.
Yes, sir.
Third player in history to win it 3 times, along with the great Larry Bird and the all right Gil Hodges.
Craig Hodges.
Craig Hodges, sorry. Who's Gil Hodges? Is he the baseball
I
player?
think Gil Hodges is a baseball player.
Yeah.
Uh,
The old Dodger.
Fun thing, Greg Hodges, or Gil Hodges.
Craig.
Greg.
Wait, now we have 3 Hodges.
Stevie Hodges.
It's Craig Hodges, isn't
yes,
it?
it's Craig.
Yeah, Craig.
Craig
Yeah.
Hodges.
Who's Greg Hodges?
I don't know if there's a Greg Hodges. Craig Hodges. Lillard and him share a fun little fact. Not only did they win 3 times, but they both won the contest while not playing a minute in the NBA. Craig Hodges won the NBA three-point contest when he was not on a team. He just showed up in an NBA jersey. He literally just had a jersey that said NBA, and he showed up and won the damn thing. It's like when McClung was like dunking, but he wasn't on a team.
Dame's the next Mac McClung, is what you're saying?
Pretty much.
Gil Hodges, career 370 homers.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a Dodger, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Gil
Better
Hodges?
career, Dame Lillard or Craig Hodges or Gil Hodges?
Greg Hodges, by the way, actor, best known for The Double MacGuffin, the famous film of 1979.
Now, the only reason I really remember Gil Hodges is in Field of Dreams when Moonlight Graham becomes a little kid and he goes out to play with everyone. He's naming all the players. One of the guys he names, Gil Hodges. Yeah, he's like, oh my God, that's Gil Hodges. I don't know why, but that's what I remember Gil Hodges for, which is a shame because it sounds like he hit 370 home runs, but I just remember as one of the guys playing on the Field of Dreams.
So he was mostly a Dodger, but you should know that he spent 1 year as a New York Met.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm.
1962.
In fact, when you Google him, the first thing that pops up is him in a Met uniform.
Well, he was also the Mets manager. You should know that
Gil Hodges.
as a Mets fan.
Well,
Kind of a goofy-looking fellow.
he was also in Field of Dreams.
but
There
he
you
could
go.
hit.
Oh yeah, 370 home runs.
So kind of cool that Lillard won it. I went back and saw the highlights across my timeline. Like, oh, that's pretty cool. Look at that. He wasn't moving around very well, but
Well, and that's why some people, people are like, man, is he gonna? No.
no.
How can he
If you
shoot
watch
threes?
it-
There is a huge difference between shooting threes and playing in an NBA
Are they
All-Star
better
game.
if they just put him in the corner and let him chuck threes?
Something tells me he might be a bit of a defensive liability out there. Just saying.
Could you sub in an all-time defender? This is a new NBA right
Yeah.
here. Check this.
Yeah.
Damian Lillard on the offensive side. He cannot cross half court.
And the defender.
And the defender cannot cross half court.
It's like a designated shooter.
That's
I kind of
right.
like where we're going with this. All-time quarterback sort of
Would
situation.
the Blazers be better if they were allowed to do
Well, we
that?
got our man Veet, so we don't
Right.
we don't
We don't
him.
need Dame. We
Yeah.
got Veet.
It would be kind of funny just to see, like, and you have to stay in a little circle. Like, you get to pick the circle you're in, but like the old rock and jock, like the 10-pointer, we put a little circle out there on the floor, and you're like, hey, you just have to stay in that little circle.
Well, if there were 2 players all time
Yeah,
that would be good at that,
that'd be kind of fun.
it'd be Steph Curry and Damian Lillard, would it not?
I would assume.
Like if you had the
yes.
way out
Yes,
5-pointer.
that'd be fun.
But he just you could just tell he just didn't have a lot of lift,
Yeah.
or any spring.
Well, you don't need to. He has,
Well, I
he has
know.
a
I
very
just
effortless
think
shot.
a lot of people are going to look at that and go, "Oh my God, he won the 3-point contest. He must be back." It's not even close. Go look at how he looked winning the 3-point contest.
To your point, I was at my son's basketball tournament, and we were all kind of watching on our phones when he won. And everyone's like, well, why can't he play? He's going to play right now. I'm
Are
like,
they watching him? Like he barely even lifted his leg off the ground.
but he made shots. And
But
that's-
I think the 3-point contest is the coolest part of All-Star Weekend.
Yes.
I think it's
by far.
it's an amazing skill. Like the fact that he just sat and stroked. I mean, how many did he make in a row?
I don't know.
There was like one moment where it looked like he made like 12 in a row.
It is cool when guys like get on streaks.
And he doesn't even have a full foot.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm guessing when you're recovering from that, I mean, Dame's one of the greatest shooters of all time. I mean, obviously Steph has put himself in a class of his own, but like if you're talking modern shooters, Dame certainly belongs in that conversation as one of the great shooters of the basketball of all time. And you would think that when you're recovering from an Achilles tear, the one thing that you can still do after a certain period of time is what? Shoot.
Well,
And
yes,
probably,
but you would need your legs.
Yeah, but
would you not?
Yeah, but I think there's a difference between being an explosive jump shooter. When you watch Dame, and Steph's got a little bit of this too, so much of it is just it's like the flick of the wrist. It's how they are able to shoot from so deep. And so I think that not only are you just a world-class shooter, but I think as you come back, he probably has been shooting for the last handful of months without using much of his legs. So I think
he's gotten used to it.
Yeah, there's a big difference, when between actual basketball skills and just shooting the ball. And I even thought about laying down a sawbuck. I had that sinking feeling. I'm like, dude, that guy's been sitting around as competitive as he is. That dude's just been sitting there stewing. If you look, Quick had a piece on this about how he decided to do it. He basically just called last minute to the NBA and was like, dude, I want to do this. And they're like, come on down. That dude is one of the most competitive human beings on the planet that has been able to really do one thing for probably the last little while that's basketball related. That guy was chomping at the bit. I had a sinking, I should have just bet on it. I sat there and was like, dude, he's going to win this thing.
He was plus 400
to
win it.
Yeah. And by the way, someone asked, did Lillard win or did Booker lose it? Both things can be true. Come on, Devin.
What happened to did he?
Yeah, he chunked.
Did he ass out
at the end? He couldn't hit one. He's had to hit like one, and he couldn't do it.
God, what a loser!
Someone said look up Craig Hodges today. He's
still with us.
Still with us.
You're a loser.
He's a little weathered.
Well, look.
At least he hadn't gained weight. I think he's lost weight.
How old is he? He's got to be in the mid-50s, right?
Oh, he might be older than that.
There is nothing that. Well, there are a lot of things that create this level of anxiety, but just in our sports realm,
65.
Can you describe the anxiety of not knowing what you're going to see when you haven't seen an ex-athlete for years?
Yeah.
Like it's trepidation times a million because you're like, oh God.
Yeah.
Like I don't really want to see. Now, Bo Jackson has stayed out there.
And it's hard to watch.
But sometimes it is and sometimes it isn't. Sometimes they look great and you're pleasantly surprised. Yeah. But then other times you're like, I haven't seen my man Bo in a while. I don't want to see him. Yeah. Okay? Yeah. Because it could be really bad. Yeah. It also could be good. I don't know.
If they stay out there, you kind of see the progression of, okay, it's not as big of a progression because you see it naturally where when you don't see Craig Hodges for 20 years,
right?
Then you're like, whoa,
exactly.
That's not what I remember.
So I need to.
Day,
Are you telling me I need to Google Craig Hodges?
Well,
now?
I don't want to say what someone said he looked like because I don't want it to be misconstrued as he's a little weathered. He's old. He's like 65. He just eat a burger. Something we gotta bulk him up a little bit.
That's Craig Hodges.
That's Craig Hodges. Now, if we're talking about seeing older athletes, the one position that I think ages worse than anyone is running back.
Can we say this about Craig Hodges?
What?
He has not gotten fat.
No, that's what I said. He certainly has not gotten fat. He looks like there's no moisture in his body.
Boy,
it's just
if you put the sports gun to my head, before we talked about this and said, "Who is this?"
You wouldn't come up with
I think I'd die.
Yeah.
I would not have come up with that being Craig Hodges.
No. He looks like an aging distance runner. Like
he does.
Yeah, if you were going to you should be out there at the start of some local marathon and you look at him and you're like, that guy is either going to turn to dust or he's going to beat everyone by 30 minutes. But when I see running backs, I think running back is the position that ages the worst. One, they take more punishment than anybody, and they're usually not the really tall, lean guys. They're like the muscular, squat sort of guys, and that usually leads to it leads to weight gain. When you look at like watching Barry Sanders, like if you took a photo of Barry Sanders and told the kid that's the single greatest running back of all time, they'd be like, what? Like zero chance. Like, yeah. It's Bo Jackson's that way. Bo Jackson is as great an athlete as I've ever seen in my entire life. Ooh, it's not good. Very few running backs age well. I think like DBs and receivers, I think they age pretty good. They're a little taller. They're a little leaner. I think there's a bit of a kind of a natural height athleticism, whereas the 5'10" running back that played at 220 and was a muscle brick, that usually doesn't go well when you get older. It's not good.
You know who looks pretty good, who you wouldn't think, is Christian Okoye.
Really?
Yeah, he's
No,
not.
I would have thought he goes the other way.
No, he's kept the weight off. He looks normal. He just looks normal.
Yeah, well, that's good.
Which is great.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, I would have bet on him going
Being huge.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, big as the house.
So anyway, Lillard beat Tyrese Maxey, Devin Booker, Bobby Portis, Norman Powell, Jamal Murray, Donovan Mitchell, and Con Knipple. So not exactly a terrible. I mean, it's not like this dunk contest,
No. That unlike the dunk contest where no one will show up.
Yeah, these guys want to.
They all want to.
And then, did you see what he texted to Steph Curry?
Yeah, and Steph's
after?
in.
He said, "Next year, me, you, Clay, Book, and 4 other real shooters."
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And Steph couldn't do it this year because he was actually injured. And Steph said he's in.
Yeah.
He's coming back. It's funny how the dunk contest has become such a I'm not touching this thing. Like no one.
Why do you think that is?
Oh, I don't know. Some people blame LeBron. Some people, one of the dumbasses on ESPN today was yelling and screaming about how when LeBron decided that it wasn't cool anymore, that gave everyone else permission to do it. Others say they don't want to be embarrassed. I don't know. I don't know why. How is that any more embarrassing than losing in the 3-point contest? But for some reason, the dunk contest became lame and none of the guys want to do it. But the 3-point contest is now the exact opposite. All those guys want to compete in it.
I think it's also because there's no other dunks you can do. Like pretty much every dunk has been done.
Yeah.
Like what can you do? A front? Like no one can do a front flip.
So
dunk.
no one wants to show up and like kind of. These guys' egos are so massive. No one wants to get embarrassed.
Yes.
And for whatever reason, losing in the 3-point contest isn't embarrassing. Losing in the dunk contest to Matt McClung, I think, is an ego thing for people.
Yeah, because you can chalk up losing in the 3-point contest to just, look, I just missed a couple. It's such variance in such a small amount of time. Whereas the dunk, it's like showcase your best.
Yes.
And if you're not at your best,
you're mocked.
Yeah, people will.
And they're not only going to hold you to what you're doing this year, but it's going to be held up to all the other ones. And I will say, if you go back, like there's been bad dunks. There was bad dunks this year. There's been bad dunks 20 years ago. I don't know where you go. Like literally anything that can be done, humanly possible, feels like it's been done. So that may be time to just put it out of its misery because no one wants to do it. But the 3-point contest is awesome because all the guys want to do it. And the dunk contest would be cool if all the best players wanted to do it. It's why the 3-point contest is taken over.
They should highlight the 3-point contest more than the dunk contest.
Yes.
Like even a couple years ago when it was Steph versus Sabrina, like that was must-watch TV.
Yeah.
Like you wanted to watch that. So they need to really embrace it because like you said, stars want to do the 3-point contest. They don't want to do dunk contest. Like Jace Richardson had a dunk where he hit the side of the backboard and fell and he just gets clowned. So it's like, why would anybody want to do this?
It would be way better, honestly, if you got rid of the dunk contest. And look, first off, let me just state, I don't care.
Right.
We keep doing this whole thing about how do we make the All-Star game great. I don't give 2 flying Fs. I said this about the Pro Bowl. Watch it if you want. Don't. I don't care. But 8 million people tuned into it, so someone was watching. Cool, great. You don't like it, but if you wanted to have more of a mass appeal that get people involved in it, get rid of the dunk contest and do horse.
One-on-one.
Or no one's going to do one-on-one.
No one would do one-on-one, but that would be the
no
best
one wants
of
to be
all time.
embarrassed. But yeah, one-on-one would be great. But if you had some dudes out there that were actually like, you watch Steph Curry shooting shots from the stands or whatever, you did something like that, could be fun. You got someone out there shooting a hook shot from the corner 3. That'd be more interesting. Guys would be more apt to do that than, whatever the hell this is, because no one wants to do it. And at the end of the day, the game and the format, it just comes down to buy-in. If real players want to compete in it, it will be interesting. And if they don't, then it's lame. And the dunk contest is lame because no one wants to compete in it. And the All-Star game was lame because no one wanted to take it seriously. This year, it sounds like more people took it competitively, and all of a sudden people thought it was pretty good because guys gave effort. There's no magic sauce. There's no secret to this.
Where were the WNBA players this year?
I think they don't have a contract.
Yeah.
I think they're all
is that why?
I think they're all in limbo because none of those played in like the celebrity game either.
Yeah,
I think they're all like the league's gone right now. There's no agreement for anything. So I think it's just in limbo.
Because that was cool when
Yeah.
I wondered, where's Caitlin Clark?
Yeah.
That's the thing. If they could get a Steph, Sabrina, Caitlin
exactly.
Clark,
There you
Dame,
go.
like that thing would be
Yes.
huge.
Okay.
Caitlin Clark shooting with Damian Lillard and for the finals or
Curry,
whatever,
yeah.
that'd be freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Lillard made it look like he could shoot and make
Yeah.
50 of those from a wheelchair. Like
Effortless.
He was really, it was
Yeah.
awesome. He spoke afterwards, and we'll play a little bit of his comments coming up next. But first, here's Steven.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, this is what you're talking about right there. Damian Lillard won the NBA three-point contest over the weekend. It is his third career three-point contest win, and after the contest, he seemed to confirm to everybody that he would participate next year and try to break the record from him, Craig Hodges, and Larry Bird to be the all-time leader in three-point contest wins. But the Trailblazers, after the All-Star break, now they'll be back in action on Friday against the Denver Nuggets. Oregon left tackle Isaiah World, he suffered a torn ACL in his left knee during the playoff game versus Indiana. He had surgery earlier this month. He will not be attending the NFL Combine, but he will be available for medical rechecks and the 30-team visits. While the Washington Huskies and offensive coordinator Jimmy Doherty are parting ways, it appears very likely that the Huskies are going to promote from within. They'll promote assistant quarterbacks coach and former NFL first-round pick J.P. Lossman to the full-time gig. Tampa Bay Bucks wide receiver Mike Evans, he is going to return for the 2026 season. According to Adam Schefter, it's unlikely the Seahawks are going to use their franchise tag on running back and Super Bowl MVP Kenneth Walker, which could mean he could go and look for other deals. Major League Baseball Players Association Executive Director Tony Clark has resigned today after an internal investigation revealed he had an inappropriate relationship with their sister-in-law, who had been hired by the union in 2023. And it was reported today that the Mike Tyson-Floyd Mayweather exhibition fight will take place on April 25th in the Democratic Republic of Congo. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
Your home for the Oregon Ducks.
All right, we have a little bit of All-Star Weekend audio for your ears today. So get excited.
Let's get fired up. We are fired up.
So first I want to play a little bit of what Damian Lillard said because, well, we haven't heard from Damian Lillard in a while.
Oh, it's been a minute.
He won the three-point contest, as we talked about, and here's what he said about that after the win.
I wouldn't say I'm representing the Achilles Nation or nothing like that, but I do think I represent strength. Just we are athletes, so when we go through an injury, people act like it's the end of the world because people are used to us being like lifted up, and everything being about us. But people go through way worse, and they carry on and they continue to move forward and experience worse things than an injury. So for me, it was more about representing strength, for people that don't not just the Achilles, but like when something bad happened, like I was waived, I'm hurt, you know what I'm saying? I can't play. I don't know what's going to happen, but I didn't choose to be weak about it. I picked myself up and I just kept stepping and kept marching. And, anytime I'm in that type of situation, that's what I'm thinking is like, how do I represent what I come from, the kind of family I come from, the kind of people I come from, the kind of city and neighborhood I come from. And that's who I'm representing, in this journey. It's not just about, my Achilles. It's just about not being weak, not being choosing, because you can choose either one. You can choose to feel sorry for yourself and go out weak, or you can represent, what strength really is when you could take that path to be weak.
Well, it sure is nice to have him back.
He is everything you could want in your superstar. And I get why he left. Totally understand. I held no ill will. I think it was well within his right to do so. The Milwaukee thing didn't work out, and I'm glad he's back. I don't know. I mean, look, it's probably not going to end with the storybook here in Portland, but he belongs here. And I don't think he ever really wanted to leave. I don't think his heart was really into it. And I felt this way about Brandon Roy. And look, I've lived here most of my adult life, and I was obviously too young for Bill. And Bill wasn't here for very long, but I watched Jerome, I watched Clyde, I watched Buck, I watched Sheed, I watched all the Jailblazers and Damon, LaMarcus, and Brandon had this, and unfortunately the injuries cut it short. Brandon and Damian, for a place like Portland, you could not ask for a better representative of the game and of the city. Two guys that embraced it. And Dame's career obviously flourished because he didn't get hurt. But you think about Lillard being a top 75 all-time player, a guy that embraces the community that you've never really heard anything bad about. He's never embarrassed himself. He's never embarrassed the city. When he does get on a microphone, there usually is something relevant that he has to say. Even during the protests that we had when it was an ugly part of the city and Lillard went down, he's a guy that stood for the city but also had a calming presence on it. He's everything you could want. And I thought it was really cool to see him back in a Blazer uniform, winning the three-point contest, and then hearing that clip just as a reminder of they should build a statue for that guy one day in front of whatever arena it's at, because that guy is he is the Portland Trailblazers, and it's good to have him back, even in this limited capacity.
Well, they are redoing Moda.
Yeah.
Build that into the budget.
Well, I think, you wait until he's gone and make sure that this is where he finishes his career. But if you were ever going to build one, it should be him, because I don't think he's going anywhere. I think he will finish his career here. And by all accounts, there's a good chance that he ends up living here for kind of like Jerome. Kersey was that way here. He embraced it, and he was part of the organization. He just wasn't the player that Dame was. Dame has all of that sort of local connect, flair, whatever you want to call it, city pride, but also he's got the chops to back it up, and that he's one of the greatest players of all time. So you put those two things together, and I think you have something really special. And I hope they don't piss away that goodwill over the next couple of years with that guy.
What would give you that idea that they would do that?
Just,
Why would you think that?
I hope not.
And by all accounts, he does have a giant mansion out there here in Portland.
Yes.
Never sold it.
Never sold it.
Never sold it. Actually built on it and made it even better. And I think a lot of fans, and myself included, I'm not the biggest Damian Lillard fan. I think he has a lot of flaws to his basketball game. But by all, the Blazers basically forced his hand out of Portland.
Yes.
Like they weren't going to build around him. They basically said, look, this is what we're going to do. We're going to build around young guys. You can be a part of it if you want to, but we kind of don't really want you. So it forced his hand to get a trade. And then when he had a chance, he came back. Like he proved he wants to be here in Portland.
Well, I have to ask the question everyone's asking in their head, or perhaps to the passenger in their car. What flaws do you think he has in his game?
Defensively, he's horrible. He's always been horrible defensively. And I've never thought he was a great playmaker for others. I thought if he wasn't scoring 35 a game and he wasn't hitting a bunch of threes, he didn't really provide a ton on the offensive end. But for the most part, he did score 30 a game. So it's hard
That's
to say
all
that.
fair.
Yeah.
But in the playoffs, you need to try to create for others. And I think he's not a true point guard. He's more of a scoring guy, which is fine. But he's not the elite of that.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that's a
That's all
very
fair.
that's a fair.
And if he's going to be that type of player, you'd want him to be taller, off the
Yes.
ball taller.
Yeah,
you know?
like
You also need to build around him. They never did a good job of putting really elite defenders around him. They had CJ McCollum. They
Well,
had
that's like-
Alfred Aminu. Like if they had this roster with prime Dame, that's the roster they needed.
like Golden State was able to hide Steph, and Steph wasn't a great defender, but Steph actually was one of the better. Steph was when you look at like steals, Steph was kind of a help defender. He certainly had his weaknesses, but Steph was he was a more engaged defender, and you could hide him when he played in that group. Dame never had that opportunity. And Dame had to carry a much bigger load than Steph did because no one was there to help him. But
right. Yeah, Steph had prime Klay Thompson, who was elite.
Yeah.
Had prime Draymond Green, who was one of the best defenders of our generation, and prime Kevin Durant, who at that time was excellent on defense.
And I will say, I thought over the years, I thought at least Dame's effort on the defensive end got better. I thought he tried. He just he's not a good defender. And there's not many guys that carry that offensive burden that are. But if he was 6'6" and played shooting guard, I think it might be a different conversation, but he's not. He's 6'2"-ish,
well, what I love about him,
6'3".
which is why I said I think it's great to have him back, just hearing him talk is soothing. Like, he's so emotionally intelligent
Yes.
and thoughtful. But yet, what I've always loved about him is that he's that, but also cool.
Yeah.
Like, there aren't many athletes that exhibit that vibe.
Yeah.
You know, like he on a microphone, he is everything LeBron James wants to be.
Yes.
And everything LeBron James tries to
And
be.
it's kind of effortless.
Yeah, well, it's just him.
Yeah.
He's authentic.
Yep.
And that's what I love about him.
Yeah. Even when he does stuff, I remember you mentioned he's cool. He is cool. Like
He's got a very cool vibe.
when I see LeBron, and look, I'm not here to criticize LeBron. Dude, that guy is in a different, no offense to Damian Lillard, but I mean, my God, LeBron's in it's a whole different category, right, of greatness. But to the cool factor, when I see LeBron wearing his dumb suit shorts, remember when he did that?
Yeah.
And you're
hot.
like, oh my God.
It's like Lillard not wearing a shirt under his
But it
sport
worked.
coat.
Lillard wore a suit with no shirt, and you're like, I'm not gonna lie, God looks cool. Like I could never do it, but you're like, that looks cool. When LeBron did that, you're like, one, I could never do that, and two, you look like a dumbass. And they're just like you said, there's a coolness factor with Lillard that I think it's a rare thing. There's a quiet confidence that this is who I am, and I don't need to try too hard. He's just as himself, and it's authentically cool as opposed to the weird, I'm trying to do something for an image.
Okay, so coming up next, we have more audio where Ant Edwards finds out that he's kind of hot.
Speaking of a guy not lacking confidence, I give you Ant Edwards.
So we got that next on The Fan.
a.m.
All right, so we've got some more All-Star Weekend audio for you here. And this is Anthony Edwards of the, I believe, the championship team?
You are correct.
Yeah.
I don't remember if it was Stars or Stripes. It was the old guys versus the young guys, and whichever one the young guys was on, that was the one that I tuned into, unfortunately, was the final game, and that was the only one that wasn't competitive. All the other ones were supposedly great and were like a couple buzzer beaters and stuff that I saw the highlights, but I tuned into the Stars and Stripes, and the young guys just, I think the gas tank on some of the older fellas had
So they had
dry.
3 teams?
Yeah, they had 3 teams doing
The World,
yeah.
and then the Stars and the Stripes.
Yeah, and whichever one, they had kind of the older guard with like LeBron and KD and those guys, and then the younger cats like Anthony Edwards.
And shockingly, the younger guys won it.
Yeah, the old heads got him, I think, in the first one, but the young ones in the final kind of ran him. And it wasn't competitive. They kind of ran him out of the gym.
Well, here is a reporter talking to Anthony Edwards after the game about how hot he is.
The NBA Research and Development Department ranked you the 7th hottest NBA player of all time. Do you agree with that data, or think it's
You said what?
The NBA Research and Development Department listed you as the 7th hottest player of all time. Do you
When
agree?
you say hot, what you mean? You talking about what, basketball?
Handsome, attractive.
Oh man. My old lady ain't gonna like that. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. You know, my mom and dad did a pretty good job, but like my old lady ain't gonna like that though. She be wanting me to, suppress this shit I got. I be trying to hide it. Be trying to be ugly for these folk, but they ain't wrong though. They probably got me a little low on the list, honestly.
Yeah, I was waiting for that. I was waiting for the, wait a minute, 7th?
Oh, God.
Once he figured it out, he's like, wait.
He is the best.
Mama didn't raise no bitch.
I don't know. He's just the best personality right now in the NBA.
Yeah, he's a lot of fun.
If they always say like who's the next face of the NBA and all that crap.
Kevin Durant.
It should be Anthony Edwards. Anytime that guy's on the mic, it's it's fun. And he's got a little bit of country in him, and he's got that swagger. He's like, I'll see your ass for game 7. He's the one that's like, I'll play ping pong, ice skating, whatever.
He says he'd be an Olympian ping pong player if he wanted to be.
He's got the confidence. He has unearned confidence in everything that he does, and I'm here for it.
The best part is he talked about his old lady. He does have 4 children with 4 different women.
Yeah.
So
does
which
he?
old lady are we talking about?
I was wondering, he's probably not married, no?
No, he's not.
He just,
He just has children with women.
He supposedly, again, I never know how much to believe. Supposedly, he paid his child support up front. Like he literally was like, he gave one of his baby mamas like $1.8 million. And I guess it was the child support from now until the 18th birthday, and was just like, don't talk to me again about it. Here it is. Go. Huh. He's just an interesting.
He saved himself some money there.
He's an interesting guy. Well, she can invest it, or whatever you're doing with it. But yeah, I don't think he has one. I don't think he has one lady. I think he has ladies.
Yeah, he's living that life.
I think a lot of those guys live that life, and who am I going to tell?
Why wouldn't he?
Who am I going to?
He's Anthony Edwards. He's the 7th hottest player at all time.
I don't understand. I am often confused by that. Like, is it that hard to not get the Tyreek Hill thing? Like, is it that? Like, do you want like 7 kids? Like, you don't know any of your kids, and like you're just paying millions of dollars in child support, and eventually you end up going broke because of it. Like, it just doesn't seem that hard.
Does it go on the resume? Like when you're,
Yeah, I don't. And it's all with the same type of women. Like, how many Instagram models can you impregnate? Like, just doesn't seem that hard to maybe get the vasectomy early and then you can get it reversed like at the end, something. Because obviously the condom thing is that's right out. That's not happening. I think Devin Booker's on one of these plans too. Doesn't Book have a bunch of kids?
I don't know if he has a bunch of kids. I know he throws it around.
Yeah.
Good on him.
Well, that happens to a lot of.
Look, it's their life.
Well, that happens to a lot of NBA players.
What do you think of Anthony Edwards as the 7th hottest player of all time? Yeah, that's a debate.
He's a good-looking guy, but I wouldn't necessarily say
all-timer.
All time?
Well, I have the list, and you're going to hear it coming up next.
I'm now thinking off the top of my head, who would I think?
Who do you think's number 1?
Because they said this is just NBA?
Yep.
Who's the best? Jordan back in the day was a handsome son of a bitch.
He's not on the list.
Jordan's not on the list?
He made bald cool.
Jordan did make bald cool.
Like we talked about Dame being cool. Jordan literally made having no hair cool, which is
Yeah.
very hard to do.
You know, it's easier to name ugly NBA players
Well,
than it is handsome NBA players.
first
Larry
of all-
Bird, I'm looking right at you.
It's very hard because it's subjective.
Yes.
Okay. But number one, while surprising at first, then you go, oh, okay,
Makes sense.
totally get it.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I have the list. It was an Instagram post by NBA research, and it's women that are doing this.
Well, and by the way, that's a better judge than
Well, yeah, I mean,
it's
it'd be a
sausage
little weird if it
fest
were.
over here. Be like, let me tell
What are you
who's
looking
the-
for in your men?
Who's the hottest guy? Like I knew. No, my daughter thinks that Giannis is like the end all to be all.
He is on the list.
Okay, because
I will say.
anytime she sees him, I don't know if she can pronounce his name, but that gets her attention every time.
He's a good-looking fella.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you know, if you're into that sort of thing.
What, the 7-foot chiseled jaw?
I think it's really sexy.
What, 260 pounds of pure muscle?
Well, I think Sook should rank the top 10 hottest WNBA players today on the show.
I can do that.
I
I'll
agree.
tell you what, the WNBA,
Because Steven suggested that to me. I'm like, well, I don't know any of them are.
the WNBA recently has been upping their game. I mean, that's the thing now.
Can you give us a top 5?
Off the top of my head, Skylar Diggins is number one for
Well,
me.
you don't have to do it now.
Okay.
There was a comedian who went through every single WNBA team and did smash or pass
Yeah.
on all of them.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah. I'll tell you.
Isn't that sexist? Or is it not now because now women are rating men?
Well, that and the
Probably still a little sexist.
no, because the WNBA is Sophie Cunningham can't be out there showing her ass every 4 seconds and then be like, "This is sexist." Doesn't work that way,
Right.
Angel Reese.
Right. All right. Well, we will play the list. You're going to find out who the top 10 hottest NBA players are next on The Fan.
begin. Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, Oregon left tackle Isaiah World. He apparently suffered a torn ACL in his left knee during the playoff game against Indiana, and then he had surgery earlier this month. He has now said he will not be attending the NFL Combine, but he will be available for medical rechecks and for the 30-team visits. While the Washington Huskies and offensive coordinator Jimmy Doherty are parting ways, it appears very likely that the Huskies are going to promote from within, and that man would be assistant quarterbacks coach and former NFL first-round pick J.P. Lossman to the full-time offensive coordinator gig. Tampa Bay Buccaneers wide receiver Mike Evans, he will return for the 2026 season. Some thought he may not return and retire. According to Adam Schefter, it's very unlikely that the Seahawks are going to use their franchise tag on running back and Super Bowl MVP Kenneth Walker III, meaning he could go out and look for another contract. Major League Baseball Player Association Executive Director Tony Clark has resigned today after an internal investigation revealed he had an inappropriate relationship with his sister-in-law, who had been also hired by the Players Union in 2023. Damian Lillard, he won the NBA three-point contest over the weekend. It's his third career three-point contest win. And after the contest, he seemed to confirm that he wants to participate next season and try to break the record between him, Larry Bird, and Craig Hodges. While for the Trailblazers in the All-Star break, they're back on action on Friday hosting the Nuggets. And it was reported today that the Mike Tyson-Floyd Mayweather exhibition fight will take place on April 25th in the Democratic Republic of Congo. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
All right, we are talking hotties. You mentioned Sophie Cunningham.
Mm-hmm.
I was just Googling her because I didn't know who she was.
No one did until she picked a fight with someone bullying Caitlin Clark and then decided to be hot, and now she's famous.
So she's on Caitlin Clark's team?
Yeah.
The Fever?
Well, she was. She's a free agent.
Yeah.
Oh, they didn't want her? Why didn't they want her?
She's not that good. I'm telling you, she just is hot.
She's an enforcer.
Well, she fights people and is hot.
She fight people. She is one of those people that you don't really like. I can't fault her for leaning into the hot thing because she doesn't have anything else, but she went from nobody to like a podcast and does a bunch of ads because she's hot. Good for her.
Yeah, I say good for her.
Yeah.
She also seems, I Googled her, and she seems to have a pretty good head on her shoulders. She was talking, because she was in LA for the All-Star weekend, you know?
Yeah.
And they were asking her impressions of LA, and she hated it. And she said, I promise you, I'm not being judgmental. This is her quote. Because I think there's a place for everyone, and some people thrive in different areas. I just don't think I'm an LA girl, like at all. It's just weird. People don't dance. People are like, don't even say hi. They have no personalities. And they all look the same. It's weird. But if you can't speak to people or look people in the eye like in person, is that not weird? Am I weird? I mean, I know I'm weird, but like people just don't get used to talking to their phones. Like talk to someone in person and look like yourself. That was her quote, which I thought was a great quote.
She's fun. Like, she has a good personality.
She's great.
She's done, like, the Sunday Conversation with Caleb Presley, you know, the Barstool guy. Like, she kind of gets it. She knows what she's doing.
Well, again, like, I appreciate anyone that leans into it, right? Like, again, you're not going to make a bunch of money being whatever you're doing in the WNBA, so lean into this thing, and now she's super famous. Angel Reese does that, too. Look, Angel Reese is a fine whatever she is. She rebounds and can't shoot for crap, but she's worth millions because she's hot and she leans into it. She's got a good personality.
All right, so now for the list you've all been waiting for, and that is the top 10 hottest players in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this was put together by a couple of gals.
This is of all time as well. This is not just current players, all-time players.
Right, which that makes it way harder, but most of them are current players
Yeah.
because they clearly did not do a deep dive into the all-time players. And the all-time players that they knew are just maybe just the hot ones.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
You know what I'm talking about?
What you talking about, Willis?
You feel me?
Not really, but let's do it anyways.
Smelling what I'm
You all right?
stepping in? So, yeah, it's just a couple of gals on Instagram. This is where this guy got the question to ask Ant Edwards because he ended up number 7 on here.
Yeah.
But they are from the NBA. They're NBA research department. I don't know.
Sure.
And here is, are you ready? Do you want to guess who's number 1? Who do you think's number 1?
Is it
Hottest to all time.
Is it a current player or former
no,
player?
Not current. But recent. Like I said, they didn't, most of these guys are current.
Okay. Because I would think like Steph Curry's probably on that list. He seems like a handsome fellow. Devin Booker's
Curry
probably
is not on the list.
Booker's probably making that.
I think he was on the list.
He's a handsome dude, and he's always stooping someone famous. I'm trying to think of who. So like 80s, 90s.
This guy played in the 2000s.
2000s.
Yeah, he was really, really good. One of the best.
Rick Fox is a handsome son of a gun.
I think Rick Fox made the list, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
Yeah, because his eyes will.
Yeah, Rick Fox.
Seduce you.
Rick Fox, like, I'm not saying I would sleep with Rick Fox, but, we'd fool around a little bit. That dude is handsome. I know. I'm trying
All
to,
right.
like.
Well, you'll just be surprised
Yeah,
with the rest
be
of us.
surprised.
We spent 6 hours locked in a room figuring out the 80 hottest NBA players of all time. This is the top 10.
Let's go. Number 10, Giannis. He's a Greek freak for those smoothies and his wife. Number 9, Jared McCain. His dances are hot. You all voted. Number 8, LeBron James. Even at work, he makes time to play with his son.
That's sweet.
It's hot. Number 7, Anthony Edwards. He's rude, it sucks, but that's hot. Number 6, Kevin Love.
I'm Kev in love with
How
him.
about that?
Really? The
Hey,
next
Love.
the
Number
next
5, Rick Fox. He did well on Dancing with the Stars, so we know those hips work. Number 4, Tristan Thompson. He's got a hot ex. He's on the list. Whatever.
Yeah.
Number 3, Ochai Abaji. A Raptors reporter tweeted,
Rough
he
shot.
is very handsome. And yeah, we agree. Number 2, Nick Claxton. If he wasn't hot, they wouldn't put his face on socks. Duh. And number 1, Dwayne Wade. He has it all. Trans ally, hot wife, Hall of Famer, and number 1 on the NBA top 80 hottest of all time.
Yeah, so Dwayne Wade, which, like at first you go, what? And then you go, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean.
And his wife should probably be on the top of the WAGs list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dwayne Wade, huh?
Dwayne Wade. And Nick Claxton.
The Nick Claxton one threw me for a little bit of a loop.
And Agbaji. What's his
Agbaji.
name? Yeah, should I know that? He's a KU guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should, yeah.
Agbaji. And he is a handsome devil.
So we got one white guy on the list, huh?
Yeah, Kevin Love.
Kevin Love?
Hey.
Do you think they felt like they had to put one
I
white guy
feel
on?
like as that list went on, I was like, now to be fair, my entire WNBA list is mostly black girls too. So to be totally fair, that was like they threw us a bone. So we're saying, look, I got nothing against Kevin Love because Kevin Love did get in shape, but we're saying Kevin Love is the most attractive white player
Well,
in
have
NBA.
you seen his Silver Fox stage? I mean, he looks good as
Yeah,
an older man. With
he's
gray
gotten
hair.
better.
He has gotten way better as he's gotten older. But we remember,
Chubby.
tubby
Yeah.
Kevin Love, But
Like Dan, like no offense, but like if we're just doing white guy, Thunder Dan Marley,
well, what about Leitner?
Christian, yeah,
I mean,
there's
look, we're
yeah,
starting to
yeah.
get into some territory here
Yeah.
where our listeners are like, what the hell is happening? What am I listening to? But Christian Leitner was a good model-looking type dude.
I just find that
Is
to
he
be, I find the Kevin Love thing to be a little.
And Tristan Thompson, just because he dated a Kardashian, like that was the reasoning.
Yeah, well,
He
he
dated a
must be. I don't know. I think in the hottie model circles, Tristan Thompson's a catch.
It's possible. Where's Steven? Like Steven Adams better looking than Kevin Love.
Steven Adams.
Steven Adams the rugged. Like if we're doing like a rugged
What?
sort of thing, Steven
Steve
Adams.
wasn't get thrown around. We know this.
Steven Adams better looking than Kevin Love.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
Where's my man Chet?
Yeah, Chet. Not.
I
gonna
would
make
say
it.
the
King
white,
Kong.
the white NBA player does not have.
Larry Bird.
Yeah, Chris Mullen and like if we're doing some sort of Zoolander walk-off thing, the white NBA player is not going to excel. The John Stocktons of the world, they're
Got
not.
my Michelob Ultra joints.
I just think Kevin Love's a little. I can't get on board with that.
If we did the all ugly team, because we can, because we're men.
Oh, 100%. That's easier.
Sam Cassell.
Nick Van Exel.
Yep.
Larry-
Scottie Pippen.
Oh, Nick. Oh, well, I mean, Larry Bird's got to be on there.
Larry Bird.
And
Yeah.
Larry Bird's a mutant.
Yep.
I mean, it's just there's.
Yeah. He is a mutant.
He'll cut your heart out, but at no point in his life did anyone look at Larry Bird and say, yeah.
I always thought Steve Nash was really weird looking.
Yeah, I could see that.
Long hair Steve Nash is
Just
weird
odd.
looking.
Well,
Very
Popeye
odd.
Jones needs to be
And
on there.
Dirk was not. I mean, come on, Dirk.
Well, what about Jokic? I mean, he's not winning any beauty contests. And again, I like the fact that because you can throw Popeye Jones out there, but like I'm looking at putting an ugly team that can also ball. And you give me Jokic at the 5, and I got Larry running my wing. I mean, come on. Come on.
Steve Nash at point guard. Let's go.
See, now we got some ugly dudes that can flat out hoop.
They're not getting any, but man, are they winning?
Yeah, Nick Van Exel versus Sam Cassell. Who wins?
Probably the two. I think Cassell was.
Who wins that?
Cassell. If you had to say the ugliest man in sports,
Yeah,
I might offer you Sam Cassell.
Sam Cassell.
Yeah. I mean,
When
I hate to say it, but
when I did Google ugliest NBA player of all time, the first name that pops up is Sam Cassell.
well, I don't even think it's that close.
He's
Look at him.
he's labeled as the Yote.
I'm just really
the
happy.
ugliest of all time. I feel. You think?
Well, no,
you
I
think
don't
that
feel.
bothers him?
No, yes, it probably does, but I don't feel bad for him because again, I'm happy that he has such skill.
Can I?
Because if he didn't have such skill, that would be sad.
Now, I am not going to argue Sam Cassell, but might I throw at you George Mirasan?
Ooh, yeah, that's good.
I mean, now George has an advantage because he's 7'7", and he's got some sort of thyroid condition. But
yeah, I don't think that should count.
like Sam Cassell versus George, I get it that Sam Cassell is not an attractive man, but if you had to choose between looking like Sam Cassell, like you get this body, right?
My hot body?
Your hot body. But I have to give you, now granted it's going to be a white version of Sam Cassell because you don't get to have a black head.
This is going poorly.
It is. But think about this. Your body, and you have to put Sam Cassell's head on it or George Mirasan's head.
Yeah, you pretty
Which
are.
one you taking? You're taking Sam Cassell's.
But I'm white.
I don't care. Sam Cassell white or George, you're not taking George Mirasan's face. You're not. You're taking Sam Cassell's.
Couple other ones. Chris came in.
Yeah, it's not good.
That's a good one.
What about Rodman?
Yeah, Rodman's
Very ugly.
I'll tell you what, no
Very
one
ugly.
has been uglier than has gotten more ass than the Dennis
Carmen
Rodman.
Electra, dude.
It's unbelievable. Everybody.
Manute Bol.
He's just tall. If you're gonna go tall, Boban is uglier than Manute Bol.
What
Well,
about-
Chet, you mentioned Chet. Like, he's right up there.
Yeah, Chet's. He is
Yeah,
a
it's-
strange looking fellow.
And he's trying to
he
he's
is.
trying to
He's trying to be cool.
He's trying to be cool, and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Greg Oden, not so.
Well, that's
Yeah,
it's not great.
He was
but
confident, though. in
He's got
himself,
other things.
you know, show off.
He leaked that photo on purpose. He knew what
100%.
he knew what he was doing.
All right. Well, let's get out of here on that note. So, Dwayne Wade, the hottest NBA player of all time, according to the Hots from NBA research.
Yeah, I don't think I would have come up with that
Nick
one.
Claxton, number
Yeah.
2.
Yeah, what?
It's totally random.
Well, I think the Tristan's just getting credit for the Kardashian thing.
Yeah.
That's his own.
He was just high profile. Okay. Coming up next, oh boy, we're at a crossroads.
Good boy.
We're done with All-Star Weekend, thank God.
And hotness.
We spent over an hour talking about hot guys and the All-Star game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's that time of year.
That's our kind of show.
Yeah.
But I want to get into Tang talk, but I don't know if we're gonna have time here in our next segment.
Hot Tang.
We might tee that up, but we'll do that. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Coming up next on the Fan.
FM and 1080 AM.
So I wanted to get to the Jerome Tang story, but we're not going to have time to right here because we've gone long talking about NBA hotties, which happens.
And the Uggos.
Yeah, Jerome Tang is the coach at Kansas State.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if you've seen what's been going on with him.
I've seen it.
Yeah, we'll get to that coming up later, but he got fired.
Should put an over-under 19. He gets 13.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the whole thing is they settle with these. So what happened is, and we'll play the clip for you later, but he disparaged his players. His players suck, and they do, and their team sucks. And he said, they're not worthy of putting on our uniform. This and that. Well, they fire Tang, and then they claim cause
because he embarrassed the school.
Yeah,
$19 million, by the way, they owe him.
But
that's the lamest for-cause firing of all time.
But I think this happens all the time in college.
Sure,
because these cause clauses are so vague.
Yeah.
So the school will try to apply them. The other side puts up a fight, and they get an arbitrator, and then they settle.
I heard it best where someone said everyone knew he was getting fired.
Yeah.
Jerome Tang says, "You owe me $19 million." Kansas State says, "I owe you nothing." And now the negotiation begins. And that's all it is.
And that's really all. That's all. I just think this happens a lot.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily this high profile. Because this one's a little controversial because I think a lot of people are looking at Kansas State going, come on.
Seriously.
Dude. But
and by the way, he may hold out and just take this thing to court and win the $19 million because in no way is that for cause.
Well, in this day and age.
Otherwise, Tom Izzo could be fired every 8 seconds for cause.
In this day and age of coaches, like big buyouts.
Yeah.
These schools are looking for every angle they can to get out of even 10% of the money. Yeah. So it behooves them to try. Yeah. Even though it's a little schmarmy.
Now, on the salary...
And in this instance, all they're doing is just trying to save $19 million.
This is the whole Michigan State, who was their coach? Mel Tucker. That's just all that is. I don't really like Mel Tucker. We owe him $80 million.
They won that.
They won it.
Yeah.
It got tossed.
And rightly so.
Yeah.
I mean, again, sometimes the coach just tees it up for you.
Yeah.
See Sharon Moore. Michigan got the... Sharon Moore situation was the luckiest for any school.
Yep.
Because, yes, Kansas State wanted to turf Jerome Tang, and he was going to get turfed. I mean, they were awful.
Yeah.
By the way, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago, they were in the Elite Eight. Mm-hmm. His first year there, they were pretty good. Yeah. But they have since eroded. But Sharon Moore situation, like Michigan was uncomfortable with Sharon Moore. But he won enough games that they didn't really see a path to fire him, and then he goes and does something like that. They investigate and they're like, perfect. Dude, now they don't have to pay him a dime.
If I'm a school, this is so underhanding, but it would work. Dude, you just go hire a lady, right? You just go hire a pro.
Well, maybe Michigan State did with, what was her name? Brenda Tracy.
Brenda Tracy.
Maybe they did.
Well, you see Tony Clark. If you don't know, Tony Clark, the ex-Major League Baseball player, he was the head of the union. Do you know he makes almost $5 million a year?
Yeah.
With bonuses, last year he made it was 4.6, I think, $4.6 million. And he just signed a new extension.
Good little living.
And not anymore. Why? Because he was stooping his sister-in-law. Like, really, Tony? Like, and by the way, that's not worth getting fired over, but you hired your sister-in-law to work for the union. You can't do that. You had basically a job that was going to pay you $4 to $5 million a year for basically ever until you didn't want it anymore. And all you had to not do, you could still sleep with your brother's wife. All you had to do was not hire your brother's wife and sleep with her, and you still couldn't do it.
See, I was looking at it the other way. I was looking at it as you can hire her, you just got to keep your hands off of her.
Well, that too. One of those two things.
One of those two.
You can hire your sister-in-law.
That seems hard.
Which is easy.
Or you can sleep with your sister-in-law. You can't do both. So if you're Kansas State, screw this, he criticized the players. Just have some Instagram hots start to DM him. Did you see Hugh Freeze today got caught in it again?
Again?
Yeah.
What'd he do?
So Hugh Freeze only has like 3 or 4 things on his Instagram account. He's since deleted it, but you'll find the screenshot of it. So Hugh Freeze has on there that he's saved, and it's all about Jesus, and it's about his kid and his wife. Hugh Freeze was scrolling Instagram, and he accidentally reposted basically a camel toe, scantily clad Asian lady. And he accidentally, so he was clicking on those things on Instagram and accidentally shared one. He posted it. And then people were like, Hugh? And he's like, delete, delete, delete. And then he started randomly posting photos of his daughter. Sorry, Hugh. Whoops. All Kansas State had to do.
That's not illegal.
All Kansas State had to do.
Coach?
Yeah, he's a coach.
Where?
He is.
Didn't they fire him at Auburn?
They did fire him. I don't know if he caught on something.
Oh, so yeah, he may be a free agent now.
Yeah, so what's the problem?
Just
he's a horn dog, whatever.
That's all Kansas State had to do. Was just go online, go get the same gal that was that Sharon Moore was messaging. Have you seen her? You're telling me she couldn't get into the Tanger? Just get her to start messaging, and you'll get all. I'm going to start a new service. When you want to fire your coach for cause, just call me, and we're going to arrange it. We'll get some hots, get some DMs going.
We'll get a list going.
And
I think the problem.
Give me 6 months, and that dude's fired for cause.
The problem there is they are in Manhattan, Kansas.
Yeah.
And having been to Manhattan, Kansas, a lot of butter hogs.
We can't find someone from Kansas City. We can't find a Kansas City hot.
Yeah, or just Lawrence,
Yeah, just come on over. Well, co-eds. There's not a single co-ed in all of Manhattan.
Well, we'll talk more about Jerome Tang. We'll play his comments, too. That'll be later. But we got to move on to In the News. Coming up next, it's only a 20-city tour, but Portland makes the cut. Here's Steven.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, Oregon left tackle Isaiah World. He suffered a torn ACL in his left knee during the playoff game against Indiana. He did end up having surgery early this month, but he will now not be attending the NFL Combine. He will be available for medical rechecks and 30-team visits, but will not be at the Combine. Washington Huskies and offensive coordinator Jimmy Doherty are parting ways, and it appears very likely the Huskies are going to promote from within, and that man will be assistant quarterbacks coach and former NFL first-round pick J.P. Lossman to be the full-time offensive coordinator going forward. Tampa Bay Buccaneers wide receiver and future Hall of Famer Mike Evans says he will return for the 2026 season. According to Adam Schefter, it's very unlikely that the Seahawks are going to use their franchise tag on running back and Super Bowl MVP Kenneth Walker III, meaning he can go look for new contracts elsewhere. Major League Baseball Players Association Executive Director Tony Clark has resigned today after an internal investigation revealed he had an inappropriate relationship with his sister-in-law, who had also been hired by the union in 2023. Damian Lillard won the NBA three-point contest over the weekend. It's his third career three-point contest win, and after the contest, he seemed to confirm he will participate next season to try to break the record between him, Larry Bird, and Craig Hodges for most three-point contest wins of all time. Trailblazers will be back on the court on Friday hosting the Nuggets. And it was reported today that Mike Tyson-Floyd Mayweather exhibition fight will take place on April 25th in the Democratic Republic of Congo. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
Your home for Seahawks.
All right, nice to have you along. Big Tuesday program. Really a Monday program because we were not here yesterday. We were out celebrating presidents, our favorite presidents. But we're back today, and it is time now. February 17, 2026 for In the News. I'm your Noted Newsman. Hello, thank you. Thank you so much. Lost track of the date. Christmas right around the corner.
Does feel like it's going pretty fast.
Brought to you by the Advocates, injury attorneys at advocateslaw.com. Today is Chinese New Year.
Lunar New Year, if you will. Got the new moon. We had a little, we had a baby shower / Lunar New Year thing this weekend. Jason Quick says hi, by the way.
Hi, Jason. Yeah. Glad he's still alive.
Still alive, doing well.
There were some reports that he had passed.
Negative. Doing great. Had several Trulies that I was witnessing.
What's going on?
Yeah, so every year there's a new zodiac animal.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
I'm a year of the horse man myself.
Well, this year is fire horse. Not just horse, fire horse.
Fire horse.
Symbolizing energy, intelligence, and confidence for the Lunar New Year.
Yeah, my daughter always, everyone gives her a hard time because me and my son are the horse. He's a fire horse. My daughter, I think, is the dragon, and then my other daughter, she's the cock. And she gets never-ending crap for that. Whenever you go to like a Chinese restaurant, they always have it on there, and it's always a little uncomfortable when that's on there. Like, they don't put rooster, they don't put chicken. No. It's the year of the cock.
It is also Random Act of Kindness Day.
Oh, that's good. Should have one of those more often.
I was presented with a situation over the weekend that almost
did a random act?
Yeah, and then I was validated why I shouldn't. Now, there could be an out here.
Yeah.
So I'm open to that possibility. I'm hoping that is what happened. But a guy walks up to the register. I'm at one of these old school places where you pay the bill at the register, like you eat.
It's like a diner.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
a lot of breakfast places are like that for some reason.
And you take the bill up to the guy and he's just a kid, and I mean, dude, this kid had money laying on the counter, like just sitting out on the counter, which I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna take that, but I'm guessing
probably not the best.
Leave that there. See how much you're missing at the end of the day. Okay.
Yeah, it's not a best practices sort of thing.
I mean, it's like, do you have a cash register or anything, fella?
Maybe a nice.
Anyway,
maybe a shoebox somewhere.
Yeah, right.
Coffee can.
This kid, anyway, nice kid. This guy who is a patron walks up while I'm there trying to get a table, and this guy walks up and he's like, he's being nice about it, but he's like, I was hoping you were gonna pay my bill.
No. And you thought about it.
I did.
Yeah.
Because I saw it, because they had the little screen.
Sure.
And it was $40. Okay. And I thought, you know what would be cool?
You thought about doing it.
I should pay that guy's bill.
Yeah.
Well, then he put no tip.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, and I was like, there is a chance that they left cash at the table. I don't know that.
True.
So if that's happened, then But I instantly went, you ass.
Yeah.
And then I started thinking, I'm like, this is one of those guys that everything's about money. Like, I wanted you to pay my... Like, he wanted me to pay his bill.
We know.
And he wasn't going to leave... he's that guy.
We know that.
So I'm not paying that bill. Screw you, man.
You almost had an act of kindness, but now it's more of an act of spite, and you're glad you didn't do it.
I think that's right.
Interesting.
This is why the random act of kindness...
I think
you don't get a lot of those from me.
think the idea with the random act of kindness is it's not about that other person, it's about you.
Well, it was probably over when I interacted with him. Like, a random act of kindness should just be completely random. We had too much of an interaction for me. See, I had already secretly judged his ponytail and the fact that he wouldn't leave a tip on a $40 tab.
I think the only time that's ever happened, we were in Canada, and it was a decent tab. It was me and the 3 kids, and it was a bar burger place. So that's a decent tab. It's probably, $160. There were beers and, a couple burgers and apps and all that. And I went to pay the bill, and the server goes, "No, lady behind you picked it up." And I was like, "Huh?" And she goes, "I thought it was so neat listening to you and your kids talk about coming up to Canada. I wanted you to see Canadian hospitality. And the lady behind us paid our tab. And I was like, oh my God. And
That's
she said,
great.
I hope you enjoy the rest of your time. And then she walked away.
That's fantastic.
That's the only time I don't know if I've ever bought a randos like that, like in secret. But that lady did it for me. That's the only time that happened. And that was like one of those that kind of blew my mind.
I bought a pitcher of beer once. Remember the guy? I told you about this. But there were a couple guys. I was at McAdams, the old sports bar down by the studio.
Yeah.
Down on McAdam. Conveniently named McAdams.
Sure.
And I was sitting in the booth next to these bros, and they were talking crap about our show. And so I bought them a pitcher of beer. And I said, make sure to tell them. I had to leave. I was just at lunch.
Yeah.
I said, make sure to tell them it's from Isaac.
Now, I have bought that. Like, I'll be at a bar. I've done that plenty of times where I buy a stranger a drink or I pick up their wings. But I don't know if I've ever done the true, like, hey, that person behind you in line at the drive-thru. I don't know if I've ever done that. Not that I can think of.
Happens a lot at places like Starbucks.
Yeah. Say, hey, buy the one.
Smaller
Yeah,
build.
pass it forward sort of thing. Well, you know it's not going to be too bad.
Well, we had some drama in Southwest Portland today, guys.
What did we get?
2 assault suspects ran into Lincoln High School and were immediately taken into custody.
Oh.
The school was in very quick lockdown. The Multnomah County Sheriff's Office said in a statement that they believe a disturbance on a MAX train escalated into an assault, which then spilled out onto the sidewalk near Main and Broadway. The MAX operator reported the incident, prompting a response from TriMet Transit Police. Around 10:22 a.m., at the scene, officers found a man who had been stabbed.
Yikes.
The man was taken to a local hospital with serious injuries. However, he is expected to survive.
That's good.
Then about a half an hour later, officers located 2 people matching the suspect's description near Lincoln High School. They ran into the school, where
Yikes.
officers took them into custody without further incident.
So it's like went into lockdown. That you said?
No injuries had been reported to anyone inside the school. The suspects were 15 and 22 years old.
For a brief moment, I don't know what school it was. It was like kind of over right off Hallgate, and maybe I don't know. This is off a division. Like the division was shut down today because of some sort of construction crew. So I was going the back way from the gym to get on the freeway, and I went by a school, and it was like maybe a block or 2 off Hallgate, and it was Thunderdome. Like all the kids were running around, like out in the front, and I don't know if it was like it kind of scared me at first. I don't know if it was like a protest or something, because I saw some other people holding signs. I don't know what was going down, but for a brief moment, I was like, wait, was that it? That's obviously on the other side of town. There was some sort of major kerfuffle going on at that school, and the kids were like, I don't know, it was like Lord of the Flies type stuff. I don't know what was happening, but it was
wild out there.
People were getting wild. People were getting loose at the schools today.
So they did not release the names of the suspects, but they said that they were not affiliated with the school. So
Why would?
That's why Lincoln High School kids briefly got out of class today.
That was what when you said that, I was like, wait, was that? No. It's like if someone showed up like with a knife, would they like just let you out and then all the kids go willy-nilly out on the front of the school?
What? You mean if like there's a perp inside your school?
Well, they said they got out of class. Like, did they
Well,
just?
I didn't. I said
Oh.
I don't know if they did. When they locked down, they probably, like we talked about the other day, they lock the door and sit in their classroom.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine they're still learning.
Well, that's what made me wonder about this, because no one was locked in a classroom. It was anarchy out on the streets today.
Well, maybe that's the new route. If you've got a perp with a knife, you just let the kids overwhelm them.
I'll tell you what, I didn't want to get out of the car.
You know,
those kids were. I don't know if that was a high school or middle school, but it was a thing. Made me a little nervous. I did the roll them up. Just keep going. We're not stopping.
All right, we've got flying trucks in Tigard, and
that video, by the way, is one of the best things you'll see all day.
Or worst.
Yeah, well, no one was hurt.
That, and we've got a big act coming to Portland. We'll get to those items next on In the News on The Fan. All right, this is the news, Feb 17, 2026, here on The Fan.
Come on!
A driver was arrested after crashing into a Tigard home in the middle of the night, just before 3 a.m., and that is indeed the middle of the night. Tigard police said officers responded to a home off of Shoals Ferry where a witness had reported a truck driving recklessly and speeding. Officers said they believed that the truck had been driving when it hit a dirt mound and launched over a brick wall before crashing into the side of the home.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing. Like, they caught it all on video, and dude, it's a full-on flying truck. It's kind of awesome.
When officers arrived on the scene, they said the driver was initially unconscious and both he and the passenger were trapped. They did extract them. They were taken to a hospital. Minor injuries.
I would have given anything to have been there to, like, what. Unfortunately, the driver was passed out, but the explanation of the driver, who was just S-canned. Pull up and just
That's the only way that happens.
Yeah, well, what do you say? You're trapped inside the car. Do you do the Groundhog Days where you place an order? Like, he taps on the window, you're like, and some flapjacks. I always love to know what was going through your head. The retaining wall they jumped, it's like a 3-foot retaining wall.
It would have been, is that kind of funny in the moment?
It's kind
of
funny.
Like, if you did say that, you're like, you're going to jail.
Exactly.
It's like,
You're like, I'll take a large number 3. It's, instead of service we get around here. And luckily, like, no one was home and hurt, but dude, it is an insane video. I mean,
yeah, they were home, I thought they said.
Oh, I thought they weren't home.
But they got out of it.
Okay. I thought I read that no one was home.
They just weren't right there.
It's a nice house, by the way.
Well.
But how far do you think that car jumps? That's like 20 feet,
said,
right?
This said 100 feet. It doesn't look like 100 feet, but it's a lot of feet.
Oh, in the air. I'm talking about just from an airborne stand. It's kind of amazing. It's kind of amazing. That's the best video I've seen in months.
I can't imagine what that sounded like.
Yeah, if you were home, that's some scary stuff. Like, you're upstairs in your bedroom and you hear that, because it like wiped out the side of the house and the garage. I mean, it's like embedded.
I mean, we had a garbage truck hit our house.
Yeah, but it wasn't airborne.
It was not airborne. And luckily, I wasn't there to hear it.
I kind of wish you would have been.
But my dogs were there.
I don't want you to get hurt, but just think.
I will say this. I don't think the dogs were ever the same.
No.
Like, that freaked them out.
Yeah.
Especially my old golden, Bo. He was a weenie anyway. That dude was scared of his own shadow after that.
I don't blame him. Imagine you just hanging out in your living room and a garbage truck comes through.
Yeah, I just can't imagine how loud that must have been, much less flying through the air loud,
Full-on Dukes of Hazzard, like in a Ford Crosstrack or something. It's like one of those Ford Explorer pickups. That thing was hauling.
I enjoy telling the story of being on the golf course when that happened, and my wife called me frantically, like 800 times before I checked my phone, and I'm like, oh crap, I better call my wife, what's going on? And then she tells me what's happening, and then I hang up with her, I'm like, I look at my buddy, I'm like, well, I don't know, we're kind of on the turn, we're playing Heron Blue, and we're on the turn, and I'm like, well.
You didn't want to leave the course.
No, we were playing well. I'm like, got a round going. The damage is already done. What do you think? He's like, you probably should get home. Like, damn it.
There's a hole in your house.
There's a hole in your house.
I have one of those. I've had those before where my gal will call it a panic. And then you're like, what do you want? Nothing I can do. But no.
It's already done. Like, what do you want me to do? Go extract the truck? Can't do that.
Now, the question becomes, how good of a round do you have to have going before you tell her, I'll be home in an hour and a half?
Well, I don't remember exactly at the time, but I think I was, at that time, not a very good golfer and maybe close to even par on the front nine. And
if you were playing bad, would you just left? Be like, yeah, I got to go.
Yeah, I don't think I even think about it.
Yeah.
But if I'm playing good, I'm like, well.
That's tough. What kind of round do you have?
We just got a beer. And by the way, I got home and did nothing. I just threw up a chair in the lawn and watched them board it up.
Yeah. No, nothing else you can do. Kind of have to go home, though. You can't really.
I know. That's why, I did make the right decision.
Yeah.
Or did I?
Nothing you can do about that, man. You got to keep going.
Now, I think my buddy asked me this question. He said, if your wife would have been out of town, would you have gone home?
No.
I'd be like, no. She was the reason you go home. She's frantic.
With the dog?
Well, yeah. Well, no, because I remember talking, like the fire guys got the dogs.
Yeah.
They were like, the dogs are fine. I'm like, oh, perfect. Hold on to them till I get there. I got 9 holes left. I'm going to try to go 2 under.
Snick a tube down her throat and I'll be there in 4 or 5 hours. Wow. What an ass you are.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I made the right decision.
You did. Well, you didn't make the decision. The decision was made for you. You didn't have a choice.
That's true.
Given the choice, you were waiting for her to be like, why don't you just stay and I'll handle it here. You sure, honey? I'll come home. I swear, I'll come home right now.
I'll be home in a bit. 3 hours later. And finally, I've got big concert news.
Yeah, this is big concert news.
This is very big concert news.
Yeah, because it's like you said, it's not a full on.
No.
It's like 15, 20 cities.
This is a 20-date tour.
Yeah.
For rock legend Bruce Springsteen.
Bruce.
And he is coming to Portland. He's coming to the Moda Center, April 3. This is the Land of Hope and Dreams American Tour. So I think he is. I want to say that based on this list of places he's going, he's choosing places that have been in the news.
Yes.
For
pushing back,
like Minnesota and Portland and all.
Because no offense, like if Bruce is only doing a 20 city tour,
he's not coming to Portland.
Probably not.
He's throwing a bone to Portland. Is what he's doing.
And
he's like, hey, nice job.
And if you've never seen Bruce, I'm telling you,
I've never seen Bruce.
Oh my God! And I know he's a little older, but he's 76. First off, cancel the sitter, or make sure the sitter knows you're going to be there a while. Bruce plays for like 2.5, 3 hours every time, and I saw him maybe 5, 6 years ago. I've seen him maybe 5, 6 times. Bruce is amazing. That is one that even though it's not prime Springsteen, you will still be impressed. And if you like music, you can't miss seeing Bruce at least once in concert. It's incredible.
So they will kick off in Minneapolis, March 31st. They will come to Portland. Like Austin, Chicago, Atlanta, Brooklyn, of course, Philly.
He's just so damn good.
Boston. DC, wrapping up in DC on May 27th. So that'll be April 3rd. Get your tickets now.
Do it.
Or actually don't, because you probably can't, but whenever they go on sale, get them.
Yeah.
That is in the news, Feb 17, 2026, brought to you by the Advocates Injury Attorneys at advocateslaw.com. Some headlines coming up next. Some headlines coming up next on The Fan.
Yeah, that's the ticket.
From the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This update brought to you by Reynolds Defense Firm. If you've been arrested for DUI, you need a team of attorneys that you can put your trust into. Call Reynolds Defense Firm today, online at reynoldsdefensefirm.com. First on the Fan, Oregon left tackle Isaiah World. He suffered torn ACL in his left knee during the playoff game versus Indiana. He had surgery earlier this month. He will now not be attending the NFL Combine, but he will be available for medical rechecks and the 30-team visits. Washington Huskies and offensive coordinator Jimmy Doherty are parting ways. It appears very likely Huskies going to promote from within, and that would be assistant quarterbacks coach and former NFL first-round pick J.P. Lossman to be the full-time offensive coordinator. Tampa Bay Buccaneers and future Hall of Famer wide receiver Mike Evans says he will return for the 2026 season. According to Adam Schefter, it's unlikely the Seahawks are going to use their franchise tag on running back and Super Bowl MVP Kenneth Walker III, which means he can go out and explore other contracts. Major League Baseball Players Association Executive Director Tony Clark has resigned today after an internal investigation revealed that he had an inappropriate relationship with his sister-in-law, who had also been hired by the union back in 2023. And Damian Lillard won the NBA three-point contest over the weekend. It's his third career three-point contest win, and he seemed after the contest to confirm he will participate next season to try to break the record between him, Craig Hodges, and Larry Bird to be the all-time leader in three-point contest wins. Trailblazers will be back on the court in action on Friday after the All-Star break, hosting the Nuggets. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
All right, welcome back. Hope you're having a nice little Tuesday. We are your sportsmen. I am Isaac. Hello.
Excited.
Big Six right over there.
Oh,
Look at him.
excited.
And we've got, what's his nuts over there? Buck.
Old what's his nuts. Buck not here. Rest in peace. The great Ryan
Levon.
Buckley.
What do we call him?
Levon James. Vaughn Control.
Levon James.
Yeah.
Stephen Vaughn over there.
Stephen
Hi.
Vandervon.
Yeah. In honor of James Vanderbeek.
Vanderpump Rules.
Yeah, we're partying. It's
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Wow. Watching some more. How is curling still going on? Or is this a
Well, this is
refit?
the men's.
Oh.
Because I think they had
All the mixed. I thought we were done with curling, but no, curling's back.
the mixed was earlier,
Hmm.
and now it's the men's.
Okay.
Mixed is more important than men's. Don't ask me why.
Isn't curling one of those things that could be unisex? Like, why are male curlers better than female curlers? They sweep faster. Of all the sports that you could have some sort of, what's that, Steve? You want
What?
what? Huh?
I mean, male's got the little form down.
Yeah. Of all the sports that you could say,
I hope they got that on YouTube.
They didn't.
male and females could compete with each other, wouldn't curling?
Well, they do compete with each other. They have mixed.
Yeah, but mixed. But men and women, could the best curler in the world be female?
Yeah, I think so.
See?
Don't you think?
I don't know how many sports the best female could be the best. I would think of the Olympic sports, curling might be the one, and maybe some curling bro out there is going to be, he's like, you ignorant bastard. You have no idea the male.
You know nothing.
Yeah, you know nothing. The male advantage. I don't know, it just seems like you slide the stone. Why would a male have a greater advantage than a female when it comes to sliding the rock?
Because we smoke, and we're more badass.
We know how to barbecue.
We know how to win.
Penises. Yeah.
All right, some headlines. Apparently, no one knew Isaiah World tore his ACL in the Indiana game.
No, in fact, there were some people that thought he got benched. in the
but he
second
didn't.
half. He did not.
He tore his ACL.
And by the way, it's one of those bad, like when you look at the play where it happened, it's not good. He got the dude smoked him and then hit him with a spin move, and he kind of stumbled and blew his ACL. So it's like insult to injury. And it just sucks because he was going to be a guy. He was not going to be a high draft pick. His stock really plummeted this year, but as a guy that was going to get drafted, and now because of this, you already have limited mobility and some questions, and he's not going to be able to work out. He may fall into the 6th, 7th round, or he may even end up going undrafted because of this. So that's a guy that needed this testing process to kind of make up for some poor film. And so that stinks that this happened. He probably cost himself some decent money.
Could it be a chance where he maybe had been hurt all season and then it kind of just culminated with that, and so maybe that's an explanation?
No, I mean, when you see it, like it's a buckler. The guy from Indiana hits him with a little spin move, and World tries to kind of come back, and his knee kind of plants. And you know when someone tears an Achilles, you can kind of see the ripple. You can see that with ACLs. You can see the knee kind of shake. It's a bad look, and it kind of stinks that everyone was making fun of him, for not finishing that game when the guy got a torn ACL.
Major League Baseball's Players Association Executive Director Tony Clark has been fired.
Yet another man losing millions of dollars simply because he can't keep it in his pants. This time with his sister-in-law.
Yes. He hired his brother's wife to be a part of the Players Association and stooped her. Inappropriate. Can't do that.
We're pretty much assuming to the point that the only reason he hired her is so that they could stoop at work and on business trips, right? I mean, we would assume.
I don't know. I don't know what happened.
I know what happened.
All I know
he was
is
sleeping with his brother's wife.
Tony Clark is no longer.
No.
And baseball's about to go away because aren't they going to fight tooth and nail over the next CBA, and we're gonna have a lockout? And
well, there does seem to be a push saying that what the Dodgers are doing is bad for baseball and they need a salary cap. And the
Dodgers are winning.
Yes.
And
yeah, it wasn't a problem when the Mets and Yankees were spending the money and not winning. But all of a sudden the Dodgers are doing it and winning, and now it's a problem.
Aren't the Dodgers doing something different? Aren't they deferring a lot of their money? So they aren't paying it all up front.
But again, anyone can do that. They still have to pay the luxury tax on it.
Yeah.
Do you know that Kyle Tucker's salary this year and the luxury tax that they have to pay on it, it will be more. Just that, the total bill for the Dodgers and Tucker will be more than I believe it's 10 other Major League Baseball teams' entire rosters. But
that's crazy.
It is crazy, but at the same time, others can do this. And by the way, you're seeing more players like Manny Machado recently spoke out and was like, dude, no, this is great for baseball, what the Dodgers are doing, because it forces everyone else to step up and be competitive. So the players aren't going to take a salary cap just sitting down. So, and this is like where the work stoppage. So the owners are crying, woe is me. Meanwhile, some of these guys, I mean, it's like college football. Save us from ourselves. Like anyone else can be the Dodgers if they wanted to. They're just choosing not to.
So which is worse, the wife's sister or the brother's wife?
Hold on. The wife's sister.
Yeah.
The wife's sister. The wife's sister. That's worse.
That's worse.
That's worse.
Yeah,
is it? Yeah, because
your brother's wife.
There's a chance that the brother hated the wife anyways, and it was one of the, you know what I mean?
No, I don't.
Come on.
Well, there's also a chance that the brothers hated each other.
That's true.
Or there's a chance that you hate your wife.
Dude, the wife's sister is worse. The brother sleeping with the brother's wife may get you punched in the face. Sleeping with the wife's sister may get something cut off. It's worse. The sister is worse than. There may be a thing where you go to your brother and you're like,
sorry, bro.
Yes. It's like a Talladega Nights thing, and you're like, dude, I'm so sorry. She just grabbed me, and your brother's like, I know, man. She's kind of a hooer, but she's hot, and I get it. Brothers.
Way to go, bro. She's hot.
We need more information on that.
Believe me, I've spent the last 20 minutes trying to Google to see if I can, because I got a photo of Tony Clark's wife, but I haven't seen I need to see the.
Yeah, so Tony Clark is married. And he is fired because he is stooping his brother's wife.
Yes.
Whom he hired to work with him at the Players Association.
Yeah, which you can't do. You can't. God. You can have an affair with your brother's wife or you can hire her to work for the union. You can't do both.
What if he also hired his wife's sister and slept with her?
Wow.
And he was sleeping with his sister's wife and his wife's sister and his brother's wife.
Turns out that white beard Tony Clark's got going on. He gave up. He made almost $5 million a year doing that, and he peed it all away so that he could stoop his brother's wife. I hope it was worth it, Tony.
A couple of other notes. Washington football is losing its offensive coordinator, Jimmy Doherty.
Yeah.
He and the school have parted ways.
Yeah. That's code for...
I have no idea why.
Yeah, we don't like you.
He was a longtime Jed Fish guy.
Yeah.
They were 17th in scoring nationally, but they only scored 6 against Ohio State, 7 against Michigan, and 14 against Oregon.
Yeah, that's the problem, is that at times their offense and Damon Williams look like world beaters. But against anyone with a pulse, like their meaningful games, not only was their offense dreadful, Damon Williams was dreadful. I mean, it was putrid. So I think that's one of those. If you're Jed Fish, next year is a big year for you. And I think this may be, just kind of one of those, maybe time to bring in some outside set of eyes.
Well, that's why when the whole thing with Damon Williams was going to leave, Washington fans were like, oh, good, we don't need him. He was terrible in the big games. And then he came back, oh, we love this guy. He's great.
It's the strangest thing in that Washington fans hate Damon Williams. Damon Williams hates Washington. Jed Fish doesn't want to be there either. And yet they're all pretending now that everything's great. All the Husky fans are like, Heisman Trophy, it's great. And Damon Williams is like, happy to be back. Jed Fish still pretending that his wife doesn't hate Seattle and that somehow he's not looking for a new job. It's a weird situation up there.
No one wants him.
No. Yet, there they are.
We also have an ace. The first ace has gone down in spring training. The Twins have lost Pablo Lopez to Tommy John surgery.
Yeah.
So that's no good for them.
No.
And today was NFL franchise tag window opening day thing.
Window opening
day thing.
Window
Nation. Sponsored by Window Nation.
Spit on that thing, Window Nation.
Seahawks will not tag Kenneth Walker. He will be an unrestricted free agent next month.
I mean, they'd like to bring him back, but I mean, to be honest with you, that's one of those winning the Super Bowl MVP. Someone dumb like the Raiders will overpay for him, and Seattle will be like, cool. We'll go out and we'll draft someone in the third round.
Well, they have Charbonnet.
Exactly, and he's coming back off injury. And look, Kenneth Walker is a really, really good back, but Kenneth Walker does not catch the ball out of the backfield. He cannot pass protect at all. Like it is a non-starter. So he was already going to be a split back sort of guy. Like there needs to be another complement there. And they'd love to get him back, but I don't blame Kenneth Walker for going out. And if someone wants to overpay for him, I'm guessing Seattle has a number. They're going to present it to Kenneth Walker. Him and his agent are going to get pissed about it, and they're going to go on the open market. And if they find something better, then Seattle will be happy to let him walk. But Seattle's not a place that's going to overpay for.
No.
It's going to overpay for him.
All right, coming up next, back to Tang Talk on the Fan.
Souk on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
So I did want to play the Jerome Tang comments for you.
Yeah. He's the Kansas State coach that has been
No,
fired.
he's not.
The former Kansas State coach that was fired for a cause. And this is the dumbest. It's just the most ridiculous reason anyone has given someone to try to get out of $19 million worth of salary.
Yeah, so he was the coach at Kansas State. They're objectively terrible.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
absolutely
they're
awful.
bad.
And here, they got blown out by Cincinnati or something at home.
Yeah.
And Jerome Tang had enough, and this is what he said after that game.
Hey, I'm gonna honor Christ like I always do. Blessed to do this, but this was embarrassing. These dudes do not deserve to wear this uniform. There will be very few of them in it next year. I'm embarrassed for the university. I'm embarrassed for our fans, our student section. You know, it is just ridiculous. We got practice at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, and we will get this thing right. I have no answer, no words. So y'all got two questions. So whoever want to ask two questions, I'll answer them to the best of my ability right now. But right now, like I'm like pissed, and this is all right. Questions.
Okay.
That's enough to get you fired. I mean,
well, no, he was going to get fired.
I know, but I'm
what
saying
what they did. Here's what happened. So they knew he was a lame duck.
Yes.
He probably should have been fired a long time ago, as bad as they were. And they heard him say that, and they went, "Ooh, call in the lawyers."
Embarrassing.
Is this cause? No, but you could maybe make that argument, and that's exactly why they fired him, because they saw what they could. They saw that they could possibly save a few $1 million.
Yeah.
Because these cause clauses are very vague. And so the schools always try to apply them.
Yeah.
Right? Why not? There's no downside to it.
Yeah, someone said it. They owed him $19 million. They're going to try to pay him $0, and their goal is,
yes.
You know, my buddy works in he deals with a lot of the private capital, like the hedge fund stuff, and he said this is all they do. Like they stiff everyone. Our president who did this when he was a business guy. They just stiff every bill, knowing that most people don't have the stomach or the money or the time and effort to fight these things out, and they just end up settling. And even with the lawyer costs and everything, it still ends up being way cheaper in the end than having to actually pay what you owe someone. But when you hear what he said, Tom Izzo has said 1,000 times worse than that on a regular basis.
Yeah,
at
but
Michigan
the difference
State.
is Tom Izzo wins. That's the difference. And by the way, Tang also went as far. He did. It was a very Tom Izzo move. He took the names off of the jerseys.
Yes, they played that game with blank jerseys.
So anyway,
I just love, by the way, as at the beginning, right before I get ready to eviscerate my entire team, all glory to God, and gotta
Christ.
you gotta throw Christ in there at the beginning. Just saying. About to offend everybody, but not Jesus. So thank you, Jesus, and everyone else sucks.
It does bother me that coaches do this. Like, Jerome Tang was terrible.
Yes.
And the fact that he sits up there and says none of these guys deserve to wear the uniform. Well, how about you don't deserve to coach there?
Well, they were in the Elite Eight 2 years ago.
Yeah,
I know. But I just hate it when coaches call out players like that. Either you brought in uncoachable players, which is on you, or you're not doing a good enough job of coaching them, which is on you.
It's one of those two.
I hate it when you know who's not doing this and is also having an awful year and his team sucks?
You're going Altman, huh?
Dana Altman.
Yeah.
Altman, every time, and Altman is not getting through to his players. Look, it's the same thing.
Yep.
Like, he's got decent players. Yes, they've had injuries, but they should be better.
Yeah,
he's a better coach. It's just not working.
Yeah.
And you know what he says? He gets on here. We hear him on the fan all the time. He's like, I got to do a better job.
Yep.
I got to be better. I got to somehow find a way to get through. That's what you say, not these kids don't deserve to play here because I'm such a great coach. You're objectively terrible. You're like 1-11 in the Big 12. Screw you, Jerome Tang.
Hey, I would like to point out, too, Dana Altman and the Ducks, no longer the worst team in the Big Ten. Thank you very much, Penn State.
Yeah, the Ducks won the battle of futility.
Yeah, yes.
Beat those
If
guys.
the Ducks were going to get a win, it was going to be against Penn State.
Big game tonight.
And they did it.
They play Minnesota. They're favored again to win.
They're rowing that boat?
But I tell you what, Minnesota,
they're favored by like 3 or 4, right?
Minnesota's sneaky.
Yeah, but on the road.
Watch out.
Penn
all the way to
State
the
is
West
not
Coast.
sneaky.
No,
It's
not
not
at all.
sneaky.
They're
They
stinky.
stink.
So anyway, somehow Kansas State, like I thought that Tang was pretty embarrassing with that. Somehow the university is actually more embarrassing than Tang by trying to pin that on cause. But again, what happens is they're vague clauses. They try to apply them. The other side puts up a fight. They get an arbitrator because nobody wants to go to court, and they settle. And to your buddy's point, this is how they save. They may save $5 million here, and that's a big deal.
Yeah. He said, my buddy, when he first started dealing with these people, he was shocked by it. And he said that if you take it all the way, you will win your case. And he said they have to pay lawyer fees and all that. And he was stunned when he's like, oh my God, not only did you have to pay me what you owed me, but you ended up losing a bunch more money. And that's when he realized they do this so many times. No one, even the ones that do end up going the distance and they have to pay more, they still save in the long run because most people don't. It's really just this diabolical way of doing things of like, nah, I'm not going to pay that, so I'll see you in court. And it's just that's kind of the way these things operate. So there's probably some attorney somewhere at Kansas State that was like, yeah, just we don't want to pay him 19. Screw it, man. We'll just let him sue us. We'll see what happens.
The other thing is,
I hope by the way, he takes this the distance.
Well,
and
he won't.
And Kansas State has to pay him the $19 million and attorney fees.
Well, he won't, and that's what I think they're hoping is that these guys get anxious. They want their money. They don't want to pay all the attorney fees. If they drag it out, it's years before they get their money, and so they do settle.
Yeah,
because and I see that side of it too. It's like I want out of this.
It's so underhanded.
It is.
It's such a piece of crap maneuver.
It is.
You signed the contract. You owe the guy $19 million, and now you're like, nah, we don't want to pay it. I mean, that's Kansas State. Well, we should have known the scumbaggery coming out of Kansas State anyways. Those ninnies from Manhattan.
Well, the only school that would do worse than this is Missouri, and we all know that.
Exactly.
So it's just
the
bottom of the barrel.
You know who would never do this? Rock Chalk.
Well, that's right.
Yeah.
They gave the coach a lifetime contract, for heaven's sakes. That's how nice they are.
Yeah.
All right, well, good luck, Jerome Tang. You suck as a coach anyway. So.
Yes, you do. Maybe now you can get the names back on the jerseys.
Coming up next.
I love that was his punishment, by the way. As if the players were really going to care. Oh, no, my name's not stitched on my jersey.
Great tactics.
Now I'm going to play hard.
You sure do know your child's psychology.
Well, you know, he is best known. Oh, nice play. He is best known for fake coaching. Do you know that?
No.
Look that up. Look up
fake coaching?
Look up the Jerome Tang fake coaching clip. And I think it was in the NCAA tournament where he's over. So what he does is, I think it was during the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, him and the point guard pretend like they're talking to each other, and then they run an alley-oop play.
Yeah. So they basically pretend like there's nothing going on because they're talking out what play they want to run.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, some guy's going to the hoop in the.
That's his big.
Yeah, that's his big bit.
That's his hidden ball trick.
Those are his bits.
Good one,
That's
Tanger.
his best play.
That's his best play. It's an effective play, but you can't run it every play. You know.
Just telling you, Kansas State next time, get yourself an internet hot. Start sending some DMs. That's the way to.
That's the Souk.
That's
the Souk way.
You're telling me there's a better way to get out of $19 million owing your coach. Sharon Moore, it worked for him. Mel Tucker, $80-something million Michigan State got off the hook.
Tony Clark now.
Yeah.
All right, coming up next, Mark Cuban on tanking. Here is Steven.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This update brought to you by Mountaintop Metal Roofing. No maintenance, energy efficient, fire resistant, and a lifetime warranty. Do it once, do it right. Visit mountaintopmetalroofing.com. First on the Fan, Oregon left tackle Isaiah World suffered a torn ACL in his left knee during the playoff game versus Indiana. People did not know that actually happened, and he ended up having surgery on it earlier this month, which means he will not be attending the NFL Combine, but he will be available for medical rechecks and 30-team visits later on. Washington Huskies and offensive coordinator Jimmy Doherty are parting ways. It appears very likely that the Huskies are going to promote from within, and it will be former first-round pick and assistant quarterbacks coach J.P. Lossman to be the full-time OC job in Seattle. Tampa Bay Buccaneers wide receiver, future Hall of Famer Mike Evans, he says he will return for the 2026 season. And according to Adam Schefter, it's unlikely the Seahawks are going to use their franchise tag on running back and Super Bowl MVP Kenneth Walker III, meaning he can go explore trying to get a new contract from another team. Major League Baseball Players Association Executive Director Tony Clark has resigned today after an internal investigation revealed he had an inappropriate relationship with his sister-in-law, who was also hired by the union back in 2023. And Damian Lillard won the NBA three-point contest over the weekend. It's his third career three-point contest win. And after that, it seems he confirmed he will participate next year to try to break the record. So he's the all-time leader instead of Larry Bird and Craig Hodges. For the Trailblazers, they'll be back on the court on Friday, second half of the year, taking on the Denver Nuggets. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
Sports Saturday. AM.
So Cubes came out today and posted on his social medias about tanking. And I'll read to you what he wrote.
I just thought it was, most things, whether you agree with them or not, Cuban's pretty well thought out. I thought this was well thought out.
So he says, why the NBA should embrace tanking. The NBA has, now he's got a lot of typos in here.
It is a very long post, by the way.
Yeah, it's long, but he's got a lot of typos. I think he said he was driving or something. I don't know. But
voice to text or was being driven.
So anyway, I'll try to gloss over this.
Work around it.
But he says, the NBA has been misguided thinking that fans want to see their teams compete every night with a chance to win. It has never been that way. When I got into the NBA, they thought they were in the basketball business. They aren't. They're in the business of creating experiences for fans. Few can remember the score from the last game they saw or went to. They can't remember the dunk or shots. What they do remember is who they were with, their family, friends, a date. That's what makes the experience special. Fans know their team can't win every game. They know only one team can win a ring. What fans that care about their team's record want is hope. Hope that they will get better and have a chance to compete in the playoffs and then maybe a ring. The one way to get closer to that is via the draft and trades and cap room. You have a better chance of improving via all three when you tank. We didn't tank often, only a few times over 23 years, but when we did, our fans appreciated it, and it got us to where we could improve, trade up to get Luka, and improve our team. The NBA should worry more about fan experience than tanking. It should worry more about pricing fans out of games than tanking. You know who cares the least about tanking? A parent who can't afford to bring their 3 kids to a game and buy their kids a jersey of their favorite player. Tanking isn't the issue. Affordability and quality of game presentation are.
Again, I think I do a little golf clap there. I thought that was very well said. Now, you don't have to agree with it. You can certainly go to the idea of competitive nature and, all that. Integrity of the game. I think he brings up a good point. I also think it's an idea of what like the Utah Jazz are doing or like the Washington Wizards where it seems to be this never-ending thing. That's different than a team like Indiana this year where Halliburton blows out a knee and Miles Turner leaves and you're like, well, look, we're not going anywhere this year and our best avenue forward is to try to get a high pick. The year David Robinson got hurt, right? The one bad year. And what did they win out? Tim Duncan, come on down. So I do think there's a difference between that and an organization that is piss poor run and they kick it down the road every year and there's the Charlotte Hornets, right? The New Orleans Pelicans, where it never gets any better. And so you're having two separate conversations. Bad franchises are bad franchises, and the fact that what he's talking about, the affordability crisis of it, and it's a bad product, and it's expensive, and all of that. So what he's saying, it's not as simple as what he's saying, and I also don't think it's just like, well, there's never a place for tanking, and no one should ever do it. The truth lies somewhere in the middle of what Mark Cuban's saying and somewhere in the middle of what the NBA is saying where there is a major problem with tanking. Because make no mistake about it, when you go to your All-Star game and the number one conversation is no one playing hard and tanking and finding teams and all that for sitting guys, I mean, God, Siakam sat out. He's played in, 51 of 55 games? He sat out a game and the Pacers got fined. Like, it's an issue. Whether Mark Cuban wants to admit it or not, it is an issue. But I also think what Cuban brings up is a very valid argument.
Well, this is kind of what we were talking about the other day. When we were talking about when they redo the Moda Center.
Yeah.
We were talking about the fan experience.
Yes.
You have to make the games more than about the players on the court.
Yeah.
And if you do that, that's what he's saying. If you do that, they'll come anyway.
Yeah.
Because they understand why you're tanking, and that gives them hope to say, oh, maybe they get a good draft pick next year. But in the meantime, I'm having a great time at this new Moda Center, and I'm enjoying watching, give me a scrub blazer.
Justin
Minaya. Ball his balls off because he's playing for a contract and he's playing hard and he's wearing the Blazer uniform. Yeah. And that's cool.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
It's not perfect. It doesn't I think he's kind of saying to the league, you're not going to fix tanking.
No.
It's worth it to tank in certain situations. So you might as well focus on other things that you can control.
Trout pond.
Exactly. Let the kids fish at your games. I think that's exactly what he's saying.
Because we've talked about this. The best way to build a franchise in the NBA is to draft well.
Yeah.
The best way to get best players is by tanking and get the top picks. And so, like, you look at a team like Dallas, even them, they lose out on Luka, but they get Cooper Flag. Like, they have someone to build around.
Look, it is a problem though that if you're charging me $200 for a halfway decent seat and San Antonio's coming in, by the way, it's more expensive when San Antonio comes to town, and then Wemby doesn't show up, yes, that is a major problem. But if you are in the middle of a tank and you decide as an organization that you are going to slash ticket prices by 20%, right, and you're going to have I don't know, you're going to have a deal at the concession where you're going to have a family 4-pack where for $250, I can get 4 hot dogs, 4 seats, 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas, a thing of popcorn, and a hat or something for $250. And you're going to kind of embrace it and tell your fans, hey, man, stick with us. You know, the Houston Astros did this. To their credit, when the Astros went through it, they told their fans what they were doing, and they did some of this stuff. Lowered prices. They didn't jack up prices. They did like lower concession, and they were like, hey, hang with us. And then when it got to the other side of it, they're like, hey, all right, those deals are going to kind of go away. It's going to get more expensive because we're winning World Series now. So I do think there's a way you can do this where you can kind of muddle that water a little bit that Cuban is talking about. But what you can't do, and this is the part that kind of pisses me off of what Portland has done, you can't have your damn GM go out there and say that you're going to spend till it's uncomfortable, that this is playoffs, that this is all in, draft a 19-year-old point guard when I already have a point guard, and kick it down the road. And by the way, the tickets ain't any cheaper, the stadium experience isn't any better, and nothing's affordable at that. Like, that's what you can't do.
But that's on the franchise.
That's on the franchise.
Team, you can't, and the Blazers are the king of this. The team sucks, but you'll still come anyway. You can't do that.
No.
And that's what Cuban's saying.
Yes.
And that's not necessarily on the league.
That's on the individual teams.
But I think it is on the league to help teams understand, bro, you got to do more if you're going to be tanking. I think that's a really smart way to approach a really bad thing about the game, because tanking is not, I mean, it is annoying. I used to argue with Cam Cleland about this all the time. He's like, it's a loser mentality. To me, it's not. Tanking is a winning mentality because you know you suck, so suck the worst so that you can get better faster.
Yeah.
But that's hard to swallow when you're a fan and you go to 2 games a year, and one of those games you want to see Victor Wembanyama, and he's sitting.
Throughout NBA history, it's worked. Tanking has worked to win championships.
Yes.
And then, of course, you're always going to get the person who comes and says, well, no, it doesn't, and here's why. And, you know, the Blazers have tanked, and what have they got to show for it? Or, I mean, there's always, like, the Sixers haven't won anything, and they tanked, right?
Right.
For all those years. But, yeah, it's not foolproof, but it is a way, and that's what Cuban is saying, and I think,
does the NBA need to step in and change the NBA lottery rules?
I don't know. They've tried this a million times. The new one going around now is have like some sort of tournament, like for the teams that aren't there. But then, because that was the scuttlebutt around the NBA All-Star game was no more lottery. The teams that don't make the postseason go into a tournament. The winner gets the number 1 pick. Yeah, so that's fine. If I'm a 7 or 8 seed, all you're going to do now is get good teams that are going to tank even harder because they know they can go in. Like if you're the Blazers right now, the Blazers are not a bad team. They're not a good team by any stretch of the imagination. They're not a bad team. And they're sitting there. Are they 9th right now in the East?
They are, they are 9th.
They're not in the East.
Or, God.
I don't know if you know that.
God bless America.
They're in the West.
Yeah, they're in the West, right?
He's the basketball guy.
Well, isn't Portland East, right?
You can lean on me.
East Portland?
I heard that somewhere. East Portland. Yeah, they're 9th, right?
Yeah.
So, now granted, there may not be another, it's the Clippers and Memphis. But if I'm Portland, I am very confident that if there was a tournament, and by the way, the number 1 pick this year is supposed to be pretty good. Mm-hmm. Whether it's
this is a tanking year.
This
is
a tanking
you're a bad
year.
Team, you need to tank this year.
Yeah. Whether it's the kid from Kansas, whether the kid from BYU, there's some guys.
Well, Cuban was also pointing out that tanking used to be for the 1 or 2 pick.
Yeah.
Or the one guy.
Yeah.
With college guys staying in college now.
Yeah.
It's really the top 7 or 8 or 9. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a lot more. It's a lot deeper.
So if you had it between the Hornets, the Hawks, Bulls, Bucks, Nets, Pacers, Wizards, Blazers, Mavericks, Grizzlies, Jazz, Pelicans, if you're Portland, you're like, hey, if we get in that thing, we can win it. We can 100% win this thing. So why would Portland want to fight to be the 8 or 9 seed when I don't have to worry about ping pong balls? I can fall back, get out of this stupid playoff, go into the tournament, and all I have to do is beat the other garbage teams. I think you're going to get harder tanking from teams that are in the 6, 7, 8 range that are like, I can't win an NBA title, but I can beat these dip S's and give myself a guaranteed chance of
You'll
winning.
Just tank earlier.
Let's just tank earlier.
Can we
so
also,
that doesn't solve.
Right.
You can't solve motivation.
That's why I don't think there's a solution to
There's
this
not.
problem.
There
because
isn't.
owners are going to be. GMs can convince their owners and say, look, I can get Darren Peterson. We get him, and in 3 years, we have a legit stud.
I think that's why Cuban is saying what he's saying.
Yes.
Is there isn't a solution, so focus on the things you can control. And let's be honest, too. There's a kind of an underlying thing here that isn't mentioned, and it's that even if a team isn't tanking, a crappy ass NBA team is not worth watching.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if you're tanking. You've got a bigger problem here of the bottom half, not even bottom half, bottom third of that league is unwatchable, whether they're tanking or not. That's the problem.
And if you wanted to do something about it, and you won't do it because it's going to cost you money, but if you really wanted to embrace a city and say, hey, we're going to go through a rough 2 or 3 years, it's that. Slash prices, do what the Atlanta Falcons do, and have cheap-ass concessions. When you go to a Falcons game, and I get it's once a week versus the NBA schedule, I think the most expensive thing on the menu at a Falcons game is like $6. Everything is cheap. They've got like $3 hot dog, the Masters. If you did that and you made a certain percentage of your seats at Moda Center that were cheap and affordable, and you made you actually went out of your way, and you don't have to do it every game. What if you did every third home game is family whatever? And you say and it's going to cost you a couple $1,000,000 over the course of the year. Dude, your franchise is worth $4.5 billion. I think you can swing it. And you make one of those games per week, the family, where it's cheap tickets, cheap booze, cheap everything, cheap food, and you embraced it. I think if you did that and you made it, like you said, more of an experience, what Cuban was talking about, I think that would go a long way to soften the blow of we're not being competitive right now, and be honest about it. We're going through it. But we're hoping to come out on the other side. And when we do, we're not going to do this as much anymore. But for right now, we're not putting a great product on the floor. We're going to try to give you better value.
You're trying to train your younger fans. Like my kids, they would love it. Like they'd have fun at the game. And then when they're actually good, they're still going to be fans. Because I think you guys you're right on. Like they need to make it better. And that's on the owners, but they're so greedy for a buck.
Yeah.
They don't do it.
And the problem, again, like with All-Star games they go to now, and it's the same thing with the Super Bowl, some of this stuff is just, at some point, you are just turning so many people off. You had 2 of your 3 All-Star events in LA that was maybe half full. Maybe. Because none of the corporate people give a rip and go, and none of the people that are actual fans can afford to go. So you have this event that should be a celebration of fans in the All-Star game and the slam dunk and the 3-point shootout. Go look at some of the photos. That thing, if you had that regular season attendance at an NBA game, you'd be embarrassed. And that was at your All-Star events.
So Cubes did say one other thing that makes far too much sense in his post on social media about tanking. We'll get to that coming up next to wrap up the hour on The Fan. So here's the last thing Cuban said on his social media post about tanking. He said, finally, the worst S that the NBA dishes out is that if you don't lie to your fans about what you're doing, even though it's obvious to them, you get fined. And then they threaten you with losing picks. A couple of years ago, we tanked for about a week, and I got fined $600,000. It's a joke. Yeah. You can't tell the truth to your fans. If instead you could say, this team isn't what we thought it would be, injuries, whatever reason, our scouts think this upcoming draft is really, really good. Top 6 could be all-stars. Top 12 strong rotation players. Maybe a breakout player. We can't sign a player for more than the taxpayer mid-level, and even then, not the full amount because we're so close to the second apron. If we can get a top 4 or 5 pick, we actually can pay that rookie more than we can pay anyone else in the NBA. Yes, we have to make some moves to slot him in, but worst case, we can stretch one or more players. If instead you could say, this team isn't what we thought it would be, then he says, sorry, that's a repeat. He says, blip, blip, blip. Our goal is to win a championship. We are never going to get everything right, but this is our strategy. We wanted to be straight up with you. We'll be having a strategy session with our season ticket holders. I had these all the time, and I'll answer all your questions. And then after that, we'll have the same with the fans. This wasn't this season that we wanted or expected, but I promise you that whoever's on the floor will be playing their hearts out. Like, why can't you just say that?
Yes. He brings up valid points. Like, there's no easy solution to this, but I think Mark Cuban, I think there's a lot of truth in what he has to say, but it doesn't sound like the NBA is really interested in listening to that. And their thing is now they're just going to keep fining people. And it doesn't feel like right now that this has made any difference. Do you think the Utah Jazz are going to change the way they go about doing business right now? Like, you're kind of committed to this. In fact, they just shut down arguably their best player with a optional knee surgery. Like, all right, well, he
didn't even have any pain in his knee.
No. I was like, we shut him down.
So, listen, I'm with Steven. I don't know that there's a solution to this. This is a hard problem, but at the same time, I think it's a bigger problem that just bad teams in that league are really, really difficult to watch. Yeah. And Cuban is right. Whether they're tanking or not, you got to give the fans a little something. Yeah. It's about damn time. And that's a guy who owned a team.
Yep.
He knows. It's about time an owner said something like this. Like, I care about the fans. You know what? I do have to give you something if I'm not giving you a championship caliber product on the floor.
Yeah.
My God, that is the most refreshing thing I've heard all day.
Yes.
And I've sat next to you listening to you ramble.
Sports is becoming, it's not becoming, it's become.
Well, they just bend you over.
Exactly.
And you just keep crawling back.
I was trying to think of like where I wanted to go with that, but you said it has become the ultimate one-sided relationship.
But it's not just sports, it's everything in the world.
Yeah, but sports
in the whole
entire world.
But sports uses the we're in this together, rise with us, the community thing.
They prey on your fandom.
They prey on your fandom.
Sports is sports.
Because everyone
Sports
is bending you over from, what your clothing costs to the cost of your, teriyaki chicken rice bowl or fast food now, all of that stuff. But I've never seen Wendy's come to the public and be like, if you would like our Wendy's to stay here, we're going to need you to build us the nicest Wendy's restaurant. We'd all tell those people to go to hell. But when it comes to sports, we're like,
take my money.
Billionaires like, money, please. And we're like, well, okay, because I need something to do with my life. And so that's the thing is I wish more owners took that approach. And I don't know if this is ever going to get any better, but I wonder, as we get more owners like the Steve Ballmers and the Ishbias, these people that are worth so much money, that they don't need to run it for a yearly profit, is it possible we're actually going to get more owners that don't need to worry about pinching every penny, and we're going to see more of this attitude? Or is when you're that rich, you don't give an F?
Well,
and you
Ballmer's paying guys under the table, man.
Like you didn't care. Is it like you didn't get that rich by giving away money? Yeah, like that's what I said. I'm excited Tom Dundon is coming. And I think Tom Dundon, by all accounts, is going to be a good owner. The only thing I don't like about Tom Dundon is he's not a mega rich.
He's kind of owner poor, honestly.
Yes. And that's all I said. When whoever was going to buy the Blazers, my one wish was, I hope he's a mega rich. Mega rich, it operates differently. When you're worth $2 or $3 billion, losing money is still something you're aware of. But when you're the Dodgers and you're the Denver Broncos or you're the LA Clippers and you've got more money than you know what to do with, you can afford to do some of those little things. And I wonder, as sports becomes more and more expensive, if there's going to be a tipping point where we start to see some owners push back a little bit and do something for the, quote, real fans. Or it just becomes one of those things where it truly becomes an elite activity. And if you're just a regular schmuck, it's not going to be for you, because the playoffs and the Super Bowls and the championships are already there. I mean, we've already reached that. And to become a point where regular season, it's just not something that's feasible
I
anymore.
think it just takes a special kind of guy. Like, I feel like Bomber is this. Hasn't he been kind of like that in LA?
Yeah.
Like, kind of.
Yes.
He built a nice new stadium and.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He wants more of it.
He flew all the fans that sit on the wall. He flew them all out to Denver for Game 7.
See, that's great.
And he cares, like the whole wall thing, and he cares, like he wanted
Right.
a great environment. And those are not the most expensive seats in the building.
So I think it would take a special kind of guy. It sounds like Cubans that way. They're out there, but I think most billionaires, you're probably not going to get that attitude, because they would most likely say, why would I do that if I don't have to?
Yeah.
Because there's never really any consequences.
No.
On the other side, it doesn't, nothing matters. They just keep making billions.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
It's like when, Ishbia put all of his games on free TV. It was like, dude,
that's a good move.
Yeah, it was like one of those things where it's like, dude, I don't care. Whatever. Just here. How can we get this in front of everybody? Cool. You don't have an antenna? Cool. I will give you an antenna. Here's some. So I think you're seeing glimpses of it. And I hope that becomes more of the regular thing, especially in light of, I don't know how you, quote, fix this problem in the NBA.
Well, we have a lot to discuss in the club tonight. One is Shia LaBeouf's Wild Weekend.
Boy.
Another
maybe
is
not the best place to go for a recovering alcoholic.
Another is Michael Jordan video. And we also have several famous deaths.
Yeah.
Stuff's piling up.
They
on
come
us.
in threes.
That is all coming up next on The Fan.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, Oregon left tackle Isaiah World suffered torn ACL in his left knee during the playoff game versus Indiana. He did not play in that second half. Some people did not know why, and well, that was the reason. World had surgery earlier this month, and he will now not be attending the NFL Combine, but he will be available for medical rechecks and 30 visits from different teams. The Washington Huskies and offensive coordinator Jimmy Doherty are parting ways today. It appears very likely that the Huskies are going to promote assistant quarterbacks coach and former first-round NFL pick J.P. Lossman to be the full-time offensive coordinator. Tampa Bay Bucks wide receiver and future Hall of Famer Mike Evans announced he will return for the 2026 season. And according to Adam Schefter, it's unlikely the Seahawks are going to use their franchise tag on running back and Super Bowl MVP Kenneth Walker III, meaning he can go out and seek other contracts from different teams. Major League Baseball Player Association's executive director Tony Clark has resigned today after an internal investigation revealed he had an inappropriate relationship with his sister-in-law, who had also been hired by the union in 2023. Damian Lillard, he won the NBA three-point contest over the weekend. It's his third career three-point contest win. And after it seemed to confirm that he will participate next year to try and break the record. He is currently tied with Craig Hodges and Larry Bird for most three-point contest wins. Well, the Blazers start their second half of the season on Friday, hosting the Nuggets. And it was reported today that the Mike Tyson-Floyd Mayweather exhibition fight will take place on April 25th in the Democratic Republic of Congo. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
Come on, you dumbass. Eat me. How do you find a male hooker?
Seattle.
That's pump.
100 times?
More.
200 times?
More.
500 times?
Probably.
Okay, we apologize.
What's going on?
It's time for the club, baby.
Should you?
On 105.1 and 1080, The Fan.
An Odyssey station.
Ooh-wee.
Sucker. All right, we have a lot to discuss tonight, as we have a lot of wrongdoing out there in the world by famous people.
What?
What? I'd like to start with Michael Jordan.
This was the dumbest thing in the world. And we do a lot of dumb crap.
What do you mean? What he did or what we did?
What we did.
What'd we do?
The videos of people throwing away their Jordan shoes.
Oh, I didn't see any of that.
Oh, God.
Well, if you haven't seen the Michael Jordan video, he is rich.
Yes, he owns a
NASCAR
team. He just sued NASCAR and won.
Yeah, he owns a team and they won the Daytona 500.
Yes.
Okay. So in the celebration of the win, there is a video posted by someone who was, I don't know, filming the celebration.
Yes.
Of Jordan. I don't know what that was. Like he's.
Well, we now know what it was.
Well, they're saying but there's a lot that doesn't add up. Like Jordan grabs, so it's the winner's kid.
Yes,
he's 8 years old.
His driver.
Yeah, what's the driver's name?
Reddick
or Ronick?
Yeah.
Not gonna.
Yeah, I think Reddick. Is it Tyler?
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, the winner's kid is 8.
Yeah, Tyler Reddick.
And he's got his back to Jordan, and Jordan starts.
Oh God! Don't be that person.
Well, he becomes Captain Tickler.
He does not.
And he's kind of tickling his little butt.
No, he does not.
His little 8-year-old butt.
No, he's not.
Kind of like how you do.
That is not. First off, None of that happened.
And then he scratches his leg. Like, what's he doing scratching his leg? Like, what the hell was that?
There's also a video of Jordan holding the kid. Like, Jordan's like a godfather sort of kid to him. Like, they're very, very close. And if you've ever been around kids, yes, some adults do tickle or pinch a kid's butt. Like, that isn't anything.
Not okay.
That is not anything weird and abnormal. And that's not
Yes,
what
it is.
And that's not what happened. When they won, they did the Gatorade bath.
Yeah.
And the kid got soaked and had a bunch of ice and confetti all down his shirt. And if you look, Jordan wasn't pinching the kid's butt. He was grabbing the back of his shirt and pulling it, and you can see ice falling at the kid. Had a bunch of ice in him. And then the leg thing, I think Jordan was kind of poking at it, or maybe his shorts, but didn't want to pull on the kid's shorts. He was dumping ice and confetti out of the kid.
I'm not buying it.
You don't have to, this is another one of those. You can see it in the video.
Listen, even if there's ice in a kid's crack, you can't try to get it out. Leave the kid's crack alone.
God.
What are we doing, Jordan?
Yeah, he's celebrating with one of his very good friends'
This is uncomfortable that you're backing a pedo.
It's so dumb. It's just the amount of dumbasses that are out there that tried to make this a thing. It shouldn't shock me, but it kind of does.
Well, you got to admit, it looks a little weird at first.
When I first saw the clip, believe me, I was like, what?
Yeah, what is he doing?
What is happening there?
What are you doing,
Well,
Jordan?
I thought it was one of those because, like, I have definitely seen it where people will pinch, like, a little kid's butt. And I was like, that kid's a little too old for that. And it was like, what? And then when you saw the kid's shirt soaked and you look closer, you can see the ice falling out. And you're like, oh, he's getting ice out of the kid's shirt. And he's obviously very close.
Happens to be right on his butt.
And he's very close to the kid. Like, the next one is Jordan holding the kid and the kid hugging him in the celebration.
Just because they're close doesn't mean he can't molest the kid.
Oh, for God's sake.
Come on, man. I've seen Dateline.
Someone said butt stuff. No, there was no butt stuff.
Tell you what, kind of was.
Jeez. It's just.
And then he kind of scratches his leg like he's.
Yeah, because that was Jordan's thing.
He's kind of hitting on him.
After 63 years in front of every camera known to man, Jordan decides that that's when he's going to go all in and grab a kid's ass.
Well, maybe he was feeling it. Had a couple drinks.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah,
that's what's happening.
Little man right there.
Jeez, it's just so dumb. The guy just had one of the best moments of his life. His driver's up there celebrating, and you took something innocent between a grandfather-like figure and an 8-year-old boy, and now we've tried to turn it into something.
I don't know, man.
We've turned it into something bad.
I think they need to look into him.
Tell you what, the Tom Brady mouth kiss was way worse than anything this had going on.
Well, at least that was his own son.
That makes it better?
Yes.
Not certain that it does.
I think it does. Definitely does.
You've never had something with because you have what, 2 nieces, right?
Yeah.
You've never had a situation where if someone was videotaping you when they were young or whatever.
Boy, I sure hope not.
There would never be anything where you're like, why is Isaac tickling those little girls?
I hope not.
I
try not to touch those gross little.
You've never tickled one of your nieces?
I don't think so.
Notice how he said he didn't think so. Got a little quiet there.
I mean, I can't tell you about the one time. No.
You have to call your brother and be like, see what sort of footage we have.
It's just.
This is the world we're living in, though. Is you take a very innocent clip and instantly the internet's like, oh my God, Michael Jordan, what is happening?
Captain Tickler.
The more disturbing part about that, how yellow are his eyes?
Who? The kid?
Jordan.
Oh.
Just the amount of stupid rage bait that's out there over this, it's ridiculous.
Well, as soon as that video gets posted, everybody knows what's happening. Like, everyone knows what everyone's going to assume and joke about.
Oh, yeah, I certainly did. I was like, look at this. Look at this, honey.
Now,
can you believe this?
To be fair, when I first saw the video, I did have to be like,
right, with no context, you're like,
yes.
Well, this is the problem with the internet, is you have a video like that circulate, and it is funky. You're like, whoa, Jordan, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And then an actual explanation comes out, but it's too late.
Yeah.
The viral moment is gone.
It's gone.
And so anybody that saw it doesn't care to, I mean, they've already made up their mind.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah, it is.
Not me, though. I won't be fooled.
The world happens so fast, you really can't You can't get it. There's so many dumb content creators out there that instantly jump on this and make it into a big deal that if you didn't know, you didn't see it, all you're hearing is the outrage, and then the story becomes, what, Jordan was touching some kid's butt? No, he's grabbing the back of his shirt.
Are you wearing Jordans today? I don't think so.
That is true.
Nope, I burned mine.
Yeah, but there was one dumbass that was like he was throwing away all his shoes. You know the moment, because they were all really nice retro shoes, couple $100 a piece. You know the moment that video ended, he went back into the trash can and was like, I'll take these, I'll take these, I'll take these. Somehow something tells me Jordan will be fine. And if you do have a pair of size 13 Jordans you want to throw away, feel free to give them to me. I'll wear them and not touch a little kid's butt.
You piece of garbage!
Well, it sounds like you're defending touching kids' butts pretty hard here. I don't know what's on tape with you.
I will say, if we're talking about this...
Well, we are.
No, but the fact that there are real documents talking about what the richest and most powerful people on the planet are doing, and nothing is happening, this is the most shocking thing of my lifetime. This
is what shocks you?
This is what shocks me.
Rich people covering up bad behavior?
I would have thought that something would have come of this. And not the only thing we've had so far is like the Prince Andrew or whatever had to step down. That's the only thing that happened.
In shame.
That's it. That's all we got. The Michael Jordan fake butt touching story right now, bigger news this weekend.
Not fake.
Fake
Way bigger.
news.
I saw it.
It's way bigger news. More important, too.
Well, it's Michael Jordan, yeah. I don't care about Prince Andrew.
Now, deal is in. Would you rather sleep with your brother's wife or tickle the nieces? You have to do one.
That's easy.
So
Tickle
you
the
would
niece?
tickle the nieces.
Of course.
I'm
not sleeping with my brother's wife.
And yet you'll tickle
That's
little
horrible.
girls. You're terrible.
Yeah, I mean, it's all innocent. It's all just kids. What did that BYU guy say in that big... Remember that documentary about all you weirdo Mormons?
What did we do?
Remember that? It's just kid stuff. Remember he tried to like...
Kid stuff?
You remember that?
Was that Warren Jeffs?
Wait, what's his name?
Is that Warren Jeffs? Is that who you're talking about?
Warren Jeffs.
By the way, no niece tickler, Isaac Robb. Of course I'd tickle the nieces. Can we get that clip? Play that. What are you talking about? What Mormon documentary?
Is he the guy that... Was that a documentary? Did they do a documentary
Warren
on
Jeffs was the Splinter. He was like that other Mormon group, like the Splinter group, and he was like their prophet, and he was sleeping with like 10-year-olds. He's in jail. Actually, I think he died. But he went to prison forever.
Yeah, I think it was called Murder Among the Mormons, maybe?
Murder Among the Mormons. Oh, was that the dude that slept with the kids and the parents?
Yeah, and he was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
it's just kid stuff."
Yeah, that's the craziest story. There was a guy, and they were like some rural Mormon community, and he was molesting the daughter, and then slept with the mom and the dad. He slept with the mom, the dad, and molested the daughter.
And somehow he went on camera to talk about it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if that's ever been done before. Right? He kidnapped, kinda, because it was like statutory rape. He kidnapped the daughter, she was living with him, and then somehow seduced the mom and the dad. Holy
Is that
hell.
the same? Are we talking about the same
I think
one?
we're talking about the same one. Yeah.
I just remember him sitting in his weird chair and just saying, "Oh, it's just kid stuff."
Yeah, I think that's the one you're talking about. And that's one of the craziest things you'll ever see in your entire life. In my brief dalliance with the church, I never came across that ever.
Maybe it was abducted in plain sight. Is that one? Do you remember that one? They were in Idaho.
They all blend together.
Yeah, right. There's a lot of them.
There's so many of them.
Yeah, they were in Idaho. Yeah, the guy's name was Robert Berchtold, and he was a neighbor who used faith and trust to target the neighbor, the family next door. And the girl ended up, so he did bad things.
Yeah.
But his quote was, "It's just kid stuff."
Yeah.
Well,
it was
his normalization of the grooming. Was,
Well, to be fair, I think that's everybody. Sandusky did that. Who else did that? Because Sandusky, remember he was like on camera with Bob Costas, I think it was. He was like, "Well, I like to touch boys' legs, but that's kind of horseplay." He's like, "Oh, it's just horseplay." I think that's kind of Michael Jackson did that. It's like, "Oh, we're just playing. We're just kids. We're just horsing around."
Yeah.
I think so. You would tickle the nieces.
Of course.
You.
I'm not sleeping with my brother's wife.
And yet you'll tickle
That's
little
horrible.
girls. You're terrible.
Give them hot milk. we have little cookies.
I think that's the go-to play for the pedophiles. It's just horseplay. It's horseplay. I think that's what
As
it
if
is.
anybody buys that.
Yeah.
Being a man of increase.
Well, what else are you gonna do when you get,
Well, you shut up and go to prison.
You just don't do that. That's what you do.
How about that?
You just don't
Yeah,
do it.
what are we trying to justify here? You think anybody's going to buy that?
No. I need to, Steven, see if you can find, I need that Sandusky clip where they ask Sandusky point blank, like, if he's attracted to kids. Because I think that's the one. It was Bob Costas, right? And he asked him if he was attracted to boys, and he had to, think about it.
Am I attracted to boys? It's very complicated.
It's a complicated question, Bob. Yeah, that dude did a national interview. I was like, well, dig my way out of that hole, or in this case, dig yourself a deeper one.
Was that the one where Costas, he did the slapping sound?
Oh, yeah, because
Costas got a little too graphic.
Yeah, because there was one of them said that's what they heard.
Yeah,
that was they heard it coming from the other.
Yeah,
room.
it's like, Bob, we could have
Bob.
Could have done without that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Michael Jordan.
Rob was just there for the snorkeling.
Captain Tickler. Way to go. Way to ruin your whole life, Jordan.
Something tells me he's going to be fine. You, on the other hand, tickling nieces over there. I'll tell you right now, I've never tickled the nephew. Thank you very much. You, on the other hand, apparently just fine tickling nieces.
I don't have a nephew. Oh. Coming up next.
It's so bad.
The famous person.
Just avoid all children.
Terrorizing.
Attracted to underage boys. Sexually attracted, I enjoy young people.
Sexually attracted. He has to think
So
about
he is attracted, but not sexually.
I love the pause. Well,
he has to think about it.
Am I sexually attracted to underage boys? Sexually attracted, I enjoy young people.
So he didn't say no.
That's the worst answer.
That is the worst answer.
That's
that is so creepy.
That is the worst.
I hated listening
to it. It's the worst answer in the history of interviews. And
you know what's amazing?
He repeated the question, which, by the way, if you do that, you're guilty.
That's a stall tactic.
It's a stall tactic.
You know what's the worst thing about that is people will lie about anything.
Yes.
I mean anything.
Anything.
And that guy can't lie about diddling kids. Just say no.
Are you sexually attracted to underage kids?
There's a 2-second pause that he has to think about
and
what he's going to say.
He has so much morals that he can't possibly lie. He has to.
No.
Well, it's complicated.
I'll tell you what. I'm not.
Just lie.
Attracted to underage boys. Sexually attracted, I enjoy young people.
And then you can't follow it up with "I enjoy young people."
Hey, by the way, is he still alive? Is he still with us, Jerry Sandusky?
Hopefully not.
Yeah, hopefully not. But
he's dead.
I've never heard of him dying.
I don't remember him dying.
Is he still in prison?
Let's take a look. Yeah.
Still out there?
82 years old.
Wow. He's not getting out, is he?
No. He's in there for life. 30 to 60 years in prison.
I'm surprised he hasn't been
he ain't going anywhere.
Dropped. You know what I mean?
I know, right? Well, they probably have him in some sort of... When I think the child mows, they go to protective custody. I don't think he's out in general population.
He's being there with Michael Jordan.
The tickler.
The famous actor terrorizing New Orleans. Next on The Fan.
Dirt and spread.
I was reading about Sandusky during the break, and because of the fallout from that Costas interview, he went on and did another interview with the New York Times, and the guy brought it up, and Sandusky says, and I quote, "Well, I was just sitting there, and I'm like, what in the world is this question? Am I going to be, if I say, quote, no, I'm not attracted to boys, I'm a liar because that's not the truth. I am attracted to young people, boys, girls, all of them." And then off camera, his lawyer interjects off camera and goes, "Yeah, but not sexually. You're not attracted to them like that. You just like spending time with them. Let's be clear." And then Sandusky says, "Yeah, right. That's what I'm trying to clarify."
Jesus.
I love the off camera. The lawyer, no. He did an interview to clarify, and the attorney had to step in. Whoa.
Not talking about this.
He was concerned about being a liar, though. But,
What morals?
Yeah, he's never getting out of he's never getting out of.
So now to Shia LaBeouf, the famous Hollywood actor.
Yeah, he's fallen on hard times.
He's had a rough weekend. He apparently, so he's been arrested.
Yeah.
Again, I feel like he's always being arrested.
Well, he's got a drinking drug sort of problem.
Well, he is a Hollywood actor.
Yes. And he claimed he was sober, which turns out that's not the case.
So apparently he's been down at Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
On one hell of a bender.
Yeah.
So he's 39. Mm-hmm. I don't know what he's done recently in terms of movies or anything, but I haven't seen him since, what was the golf movie he did?
The golf movie? Oh, is that
he did,
is that Bagger Vance?
Yeah, Legend of Bagger Vance.
Well, he was in the Transformers movies, were a big deal. The Peanut Butter Falcon is a little kind of that was like a indie film, was really good. He was in Fury, but I don't think he's done much lately. I think he's a bit of a problem for studios.
So he was removed from a New Orleans bar by staff and got into a fight shortly after midnight that ended with paramedics being called. He allegedly punched a bar employee after he was being ejected from the trendy R Bar in the French Quarter.
Yeah, R Bar, by the way, cool bar.
He then began to walk away before coming back, acting even more aggressive. Patrons tried to hold him down before letting him go, only for him to return and repeatedly hit the same bar worker and punch another patron in the nose.
Yeah.
Onlookers then held him down until police arrived. Afterwards, the actor walked down the block before returning to receive medical treatment. Videos taken after the fight obtained by the outlet show a shirtless Shia with a full back tattoo prominently displayed, squaring off against a group of people on the sidewalk. And I can assure you he did not win that fight.
No, he took an ass kick.
They are whipping his ass and basically just holding him down and waiting for the cops. And they're like, "Dude, calm down." And then some guy just wails on him. He's like, "Calm down." And, of course, Shia does not.
No.
Another video shows him sitting in the back of an SUV with a shirt on his head as he speaks with paramedics. He was later photographed in the back of an ambulance before being driven away. He's been charged with 2 counts of simple battery. Now, what other bartenders in the French Quarter are saying is that he had been on one to the point where the whole French Quarter knew of him partying there for 5 days.
Yeah. And by the way, that's saying something, because if you're down in New Orleans just during the regular time,
totally,
you can blend in pretty well down there. Mardi Gras, and you're known, people are like, look out. Now you've really accomplished something.
So on Monday, he was seen looking disheveled with a Miller High Life in hand. Photos from
Hey, that's the champagne of beers.
Photos from Monday show the Transformers actor with a large festive red hat and multiple oversized layers draped around his neck. He had been accused of tormenting the famed Carnival City since Thursday. He was on an extended weekend bar crawl in the city's uptown neighborhood through Sunday. Staff at several venues claimed the actor had been hopping from pub to pub for days, with his alleged antics quickly becoming the talk of the town. Doorman Robert Scusi, who worked in the open 24/7 cash-only bar Miss Mays, told the publication that the actor showed up cashless and shirtless in an inebriated state and was somewhat belligerent. Robert claims Shia asked stunned partiers, "Do you know who I am?" He is then said to have posed for group photos when he was recognized. Someone said, yes, I do know who you are. Could I get a photo?
Hey.
He claimed that Shia then put his shirt back on when he was told he had to. The staff then asked the actor to leave after he attempted to be a celebrity bartender.
Well, I mean, look, he's trying to help out. Why not?
He's pulling a Kenny Chesney.
Yeah, let's get back there. Sling some drinks.
Staff then told the publication that the movie star asked 3 times if he could use his credit card despite the bar being cash only. Another bartender summed up his bender saying, he is terrorizing our city. He was louder than anyone and was giving acting instructions to a girl at the bar. Another witness who saw him at a live jazz club.
How about that?
So he's very loud and belligerent.
Boy, I'm just telling you.
But you can get acting tips and maybe a photo.
The idea that you can stand out on Bourbon Street, just that alone isn't impressive. That's a hell of a...
during Mardi Gras.
I know. I don't know how you do that. I'm telling you, you go down there, you can see anything, and yet somehow he managed. So maybe we should give him some credit. If you're going to have a bender, have a bender. Although if you are someone that is a recovering alcoholic, probably not the best place to be in the world at any point is the French Quarter, let alone during Mardi Gras.
Apparently he's married to Mia Goth, the actress.
Is he?
Did you know that?
I did not.
Yeah, because he's divorced because he blamed his alcohol and drug abuse on his ex. And that was, FKA Twigs? Is that?
Oh, yeah.
Is that a name?
It's FKA. It's
Twigs?
Yeah, she's a musician.
Okay, well, he blamed his abusive behavior towards her on the booze and the drugs. But now he's married to Mia Goth, who's a model.
Something tells me that they're...
I said actress, she's a model.
Something tells me they're probably going to be on the outs after this one. Guess
Yeah.
that's probably not.
He's been arrested a lot, I think.
Yeah,
he's
got some issues. Yeah. Man likes to have a good time. Is that against the law? Turns out it is. I do enjoy that he caught an ass whooping by some people who then lectured him. I mean,
yeah, some guy absolutely wails on him.
Yeah, but then stops and just tries to calm him down. You know, it's
yeah, he was basically...
It's a responsible ass whooping.
It seemed like it was a patron or maybe a door guy.
Yeah.
Who was trying to hold him from causing problems, but then just got pissed at him and kind of like you do with your kids, you know?
It's just like, you little...
Whack him around a couple times, and then it's like, but I love you, so just sit here and just calm down.
Dude, I so wish I could have been there to see. If I was drinking, and our bar is the Royal Street Inn Bar in the Quarter. It's a great little bar. Been there forever. If I heard that Shia LaBeouf was on a bender, I would 100%.
I think it's LaBeouf.
Is it LaBeouf? I thought it was LaBeouf. LaBeouf?
I'm pretty sure it's LaBeouf.
I like LaBeouf.
I like LaBeouf better.
It's got a little...
Dude, he's such an effing loser.
Dude, I would 100% go follow that guy around. I would just like to be in the background watching him make his way through Mardi Gras and just see what that's about. I would like to...
Well, it sounds like it was pretty wild.
I know. Because I've seen plenty of stuff in my time in New Orleans, but I've never seen one man terrorize the Quarter. I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of impressed.
Yeah, got a bloody eyelid, a bloody nose.
Yeah.
Got arrested.
Yeah, it's tough when you get your ass kicked and arrested.
And get arrested.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, he must have been real...
Yeah.
You can't... Yeah, his problem was he went after the door guy.
Yeah, you can't.
The bouncer guy.
Yeah. If you're drunk, you can only fight other drunk people.
Correct.
You can't fight sober people.
Yeah, you're not going to win that.
No. By the way, have you seen what he was wearing at Mardi Gras?
I mean, I've got a few photos here.
His outfit is phenomenal. He's wearing a pink cowboy hat with some sort of feather on it. It's like he's shopping at Cam Newton's, the Cam Newton store. It really is quite impressive.
Do you think he's fun until he gets belligerent, or is he just awful?
I'll bet you that he's a great time for about an hour to an hour and a half. And then you also probably want to punch him in the face. But I'll bet you at the beginning, that's probably a good time. He's probably paying for... He probably just is one of those guys that just everything's on him, right? He's just spending. and he's just probably coked out of his mind. I'll bet you that's fun for a little bit.
You know that? So I'm seeing what you're seeing now. The cowboy hat.
What is that?
I don't know, but that's from today. He's already out and partying again.
Oh no, he's back.
Yes, they're saying he got released this morning, and he's back. He's back out there.
Let me. You know what?
What an animal!
I'm gonna give him one of these. You take an ass whooping, you get arrested, you get released, and you find that outfit, and you go right back to the quarter? Come on. You gotta admit, even you gotta admit that's kind of impressive. I hope he showed up at the R-Bar again and was like, I'm back! Check out my hat! He's down there at Lafitte's having a grand old time. Jumping in at the piano bar. Let's go.
Well,
Shia.
Sounds like he's a bit of a problem.
You think?
Let's talk about Punch, the viral baby monkey.
Punch?
Yeah. You haven't seen Punch?
I don't know if I've seen Punch.
We'll do that next. Here's Steven with SportsCenter.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This update brought to you by Mountaintop Metal Roofing. No maintenance, energy efficient, fire resistant, and a lifetime warranty. Do it once, do it right. Visit mountaintopmetalroofing.com. First on the Fan, Oregon left tackle Isaiah World suffered a torn ACL in his left knee during the playoff game versus Indiana, and that is why he did not play in the second half. He had surgery earlier this month, and now he will not be attending the NFL Combine, but he will be available for medical rechecks. Washington Huskies and offensive coordinator Jimmy Doherty are parting ways. It appears very likely the Huskies are going to promote from within, and now would be assistant quarterbacks coach and former first-round NFL pick J.P. Lossman. Looks like he will be the main offensive coordinator for the Huskies. Tampa Bay Bucks wide receiver, future Hall of Famer Mike Evans announced he will return for the 2026 season. While according to Adam Schefter, it's unlikely the Seahawks will use their franchise tag on running back and Super Bowl MVP Kenneth Walker III, meaning Walker can go out and try to get a contract from another team. Major League Baseball Players Association Executive Director Tony Clark has resigned today after an internal investigation revealed he had an inappropriate relationship with his sister-in-law, who had also been hired by the MLB Players Union in 2023. Damian Lillard took home the NBA three-point contest over the weekend. It's his third career three-point contest win, and he afterwards he seemed to confirm that he would participate next year to try to break the record between him, Craig Hodges, and Larry Bird. While the Blazers, they start the second half of the year on Friday, hosting the Denver Nuggets. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
from here.
Well, we need a little bit of a palate cleanser after Sandusky and
Shia.
Michael Jordan, Uncle Tickler talk.
There's only one of us here that's an uncle tickler. Wait, you ever tickled an uncle? Which is worse, getting tickled by your uncle or tickling your uncle? I've never tickled my Uncle Steve. Kind of weird.
There is a viral baby monkey named Punch who has been making the rounds on the social medias because he's just damn cute.
Okay. Oh, I've seen this.
He's a little macaw.
Is this the one with the little stuffed monkey?
Yeah, he carries around a little stuffed orangutan.
Yeah.
It's about, I would say the stuffed animal is bigger than him.
Yeah, it's bigger than he is.
But the story of Punch has now captivated the world.
Yeah. It's sad, though. The clip I saw, it kind of broke my heart.
Well, he was born in July of 2025, but he was abandoned by his mother.
Okay.
She was a
bitch.
Yeah, she was on drugs. Caretakers at the zoo in Japan, where she was born, stepped in to rescue and hand raise him, and they would introduce him to other macaws, but he was rejected by the other monkeys.
Yeah, the video I saw was the monkey, like, whacking him.
Yeah. So he has no friends.
Yeah, it's really, he goes over to the monkeys and they smack him and then he runs back over and grabs his stuffed monkey. It's heartbreaking.
Yeah, little Punch.
Is that why they call him Punch?
Yeah, I don't know why they call him Punch.
Because the other monkey, like, punched him?
But it's common for monkeys to cling to their mothers from birth.
Yeah.
So when they lose their mother, they
form a bond with something.
They have anxiety and they're lonely. So caretakers gave him the orangutan.
Yeah.
And he has now established a strong bond with the orangutan. And he treats it like the mother he never had. He sleeps with it. He eats with it. He plays with it.
Yeah.
And it is just the most adorable thing you will ever see.
Yeah. But all the other monkeys hate him.
Yeah, but who cares when you got the little orangutan?
Well,
you know?
Why doesn't someone take him? Can we just...
What do you mean?
Can't they just raise him away from the mean monkeys? The video of the monkey, like, punching, like, shoving him is terrifying. Poor little guy.
Now they have huge lines that are forming at this zoo to try to get a glimpse of Punch and cheer him on. They cheer him on in his daily exploits, like pooping and throwing it.
He is a cute little monkey.
God, he's adorable. And him, I mean, come on. Have you seen the pictures of him hugging?
Yeah, he drags it around everywhere.
Hugging the little orangutan?
Drags him around wherever he goes. But the video of him being rejected by
why
the
do you
other
keep
monkeys-
bringing that up? That's not cute.
Because it's heartbreaking. Like,
Well,
it's
stop bringing
it's
it
not
up.
good that he's got this monkey.
Go look at
friend.
the videos of Punch with the little orangutan. It's adorable.
I can't because all I see is a
God.
sad monkey that only has a stuffed animal. Someone else needs to love him. Get him out of the zoo and let someone raise him as their own. Where's that? China?
Japan.
Japan? We don't have when I'm gonna call the brother-in-law and be like, look, let's get on this. Tell me some family can't China. Where's that Suya when I need him to come over there and love him some Punch? Let some family adopt him. The zoo thing clearly isn't working out for him. What the hell?
Well, they are saying, the zoo is now saying that he is gradually deepening his interactions with the other monkeys. He has a variety of experiences every day, which is code for sometimes he gets his ass kicked, like Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
But he is being, they're grooming together, they're messing around with each other.
Tickling.
And perhaps.
Is Punch getting tickled?
Playfully.
Tickling each other?
Sexting. And, yeah. He's now learning how to live in a group of monkeys.
Poor Punch.
So the little guy's doing pretty well.
Broke my heart. Poor Punch.
Again, unlike you, I think that is a heartwarming story.
It's not. It's a terrible
No, Dad.
story.
All right, we gotta go. We're way behind. We'll wrap it up next on The Fan.
can Big Sook have you from here?
All right, that's going to do it for us. Everybody have a wonderful evening of sports or whatever it is you're going to do. Maybe doing it. I don't know.
So maybe the Olympics and then do it.
Yeah, the Olympics.
Yeah.
Some Olympic doing it.
Yeah. You can do a triple Lutz.
Curling still on there.
We,
We,
Twizzle.
believe it or not, are back tomorrow, 3 to 7 on The Fan. Good night.
Friendships of space.